All right.
Good morning. It's 8:44 Monday morning, TGIM. We have another week that we are excited to learn everything that's going on in the community, learn everything that we can help be a part of.
Yeah, super excited about today. We got a wonderful show for you, ready to go. We got some changes coming to KHEA Radio in the afternoon. We're super excited about the future of KHEA Radio. The future looks bright, and we're super excited about what that means for you guys listening in. That announcement is taking place at 10 o'clock.
Do you like change? A lot of people don't necessarily like change. I want to hear in the comments, I mean, is change a good thing? Is too much change bad? You know, nobody likes change, right?
Right. I'm one of those people that change is okay. But I know people get upset about it. They're like, I want to keep it this way. I want to keep it my way or else, you know? Like, I remember the good old days.
You know, you're literally doing someone else's voice like an impression, but I that's like your total mentality. Like
What?
exactly
I love
personified
change.
you.
I
Yeah.
love change. I have never been against change.
No, you don't like pennies, nickels, and dimes change. You don't like whenever I ask you if you could do something else different change. You don't like changing your socks. I mean, there's a lot of things that you do like, but change, I'm going to say, isn't one of them. But if there's like positive change, exciting change, then I think that's something we can all get behind.
Yeah, positive change. This is positive. This is not like we're asking you to change everything that you do. And this is positive change.
Like your socks.
Yes, this is like putting your socks in the laundry and washing them, which I do not do.
You should do that. I think everybody
should.
Well, you know,
everyone should have that kind of change.
You're not a father yet, so whenever it's a Father's Day, that's one of the mystical gifts that everybody jokes about. It's like, hey, socks and underwear, which hey, I love. Like Christmas time, I'm loading up. I want some socks and underwear.
Are you really going to ask me 40 seconds not to get on a soapbox about Father's Day before we go on the FM?
Preferably.
Really? Really?
Preferably.
You're only going to give me now 30 seconds? Okay,
I'll
wait.
You're not down with Father's Day?
I have some issues with Father's Day.
Hey, let the dad shine, man. I know it's not your time. I know it's not your time to shine, and that's what you're all about, which is fine. You know, there's nothing wrong. Have a kid, get married, then you'll be celebrated as well.
Just wait. When we go on the FM, I'm gonna get on my Father's Day soapbox. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be fun for all. I promise.
Oh, joy! Here we go. Good morning. You're listening to KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 8:46 a.m. on a Monday morning. Yesterday was Father's Day. Today, it's a rainy Monday right here in Galveston County. But being a father, being the dad that I am, I enjoy, and we needed this rain.
And we needed a little bit of rain. I was scrolling through Facebook this morning, and somebody posted a picture, and I think it was Chris, and he had, like, the entire south of Lamarck was red with like rain that was potentially coming, and I saw
that pic.
I was like, "Oh my gosh!" Like, so I got out my weather app. I went to the weather app just to check the radar, and I was like, "Oh, it doesn't even come to Lamarck. It just like, you know, stays in the ocean." And I was like, "Good. We're not gonna get pounded with the rain as I'm coming into work this morning."
That's what we all were concerned. It was raining in my house this morning, but again, being the father and the dad that I am, a 33-year-old man, I'm like, we needed this rain, and we did. And I'm glad. But yesterday was a good day. You know, we had church. I had a great time at church. Everything was awesome. My kids, I got to spend some time with my family, with my kids, and everything was great. It was a great Father's Day.
Great Father's Day. You're really asking. You wanted me to get on my soapbox here this morning. I'm going to get on my soapbox.
I just want to see how you're going to bash dads. Like,
I'm not going to bash dads. I'm going to bash
dads?
Father's Day because I have an interesting like scenario, you know, where I'm not a father.
Okay.
Yet, you know, some people are like, Happy Father's Day. First of all, I'm not a father, so please don't tell me Happy Father's Day. So that was my first soapbox. But then I would get offended when somebody didn't tell me Happy Father's Day. Like, it's a weird dichotomy to be a single guy, you know, not necessarily like single guy because I do have a girlfriend, but to be somebody who doesn't have a kid. I had to clarify that. I had to clarify because I could have gotten in a lot of trouble for that.
You're still going to get in trouble.
Somebody, I am going to get in. But as somebody who doesn't have a kid,
okay,
you know, you have an issue, you know, where it's like, okay, this is not you don't have a day. You don't get an extra birthday like you guys do that have fathers.
Are you comparing Father's Day to a birthday, an extra birthday? Is that what this all comes down to?
I want the gifts. I wanted a gift yesterday.
Why didn't your girlfriend buy you one? Like, Happy Future Father's Day.
That could have worked. Happy Future Father. That would have been awkward.
I don't know.
See, it's a weird dichotomy to be a single, like to be somebody who doesn't have, a kid.
Here's
at this
what I'm
point.
concerned about. Because people tell me Happy Father's Day, and I got texts from some of my guy friends. Mostly, I was all guy friends who texted me like, Happy Father's Day, dude. Like, hey, Happy Father's Day to you too. And then somebody texted me, Gabriel Prusmack.
Yeah.
He's not a dad yet. And he was like, Happy Father's Day. And I said, hey, man, thank you. You're going to be a great father one day, too. I know, because he's a great guy, full of energy. I can imagine, how he's going to be with his kids. And he was like, man, thanks. Hey, whatever. But
you didn't tell me this.
I didn't tell you. Well, you're not. Dude, I feel concerned. I don't know what kind of father you're going to be. I see how you are to the interns. I see how you are when I ask you simple questions. You bark at me over nothing because you're ignoring me for half the time. And in your head, I think you answer me. That's why I ask you the same question 3 times and you're like, what? What do you want? Like this morning,
right?
For example, but it's okay. It's part of me being a dad, I guess. But that
was my soapbox. It was a weird.
Here's one thing about Father's Day.
Okay.
People that did tell me Father's Day, I had to stop and calculate before instantly. It's like, hey, good morning. Oh, good morning. But when someone says Happy Father's Day, I had to stop and be like, okay, do I know they're, hey, Happy Father's Day to you too? Or I'm like, oh, thank you. Hey, have a good day. Thank you so much.
If they're not a lady. I said it to the lady as she was walking in. She's like, Happy Father's Day. I'm like, Happy Father's Day to you too. And then I was like,
whoopsie.
Oh. And I was like, I didn't mean that. And she's like, it's okay. It's okay. And I was like, oh, man.
Yesterday, Sergio, somebody said, my mom said, hey, Happy Father's Day. And I think she said it in English. Or maybe she said it in Spanish or Spanglish, like part English and Spanish. And then Sergio said back to her in Spanish, he said, hey, thank you too. Kind of. But my mom obviously is not a father. I have a dad and he's awesome. But yeah, it was funny. But it's that predicament where it's like, what do you say? We're so used to not processing information. We just get into routines. Good morning, Curt. Oh, good morning, Gardy. Oh, whatever. But to stop and actually have to process info instead of just being in that routine, it makes us uncomfortable, which again leads us to change. Nobody likes change, right?
People love change. But here's the funniest one is when you say hey, good morning and they go, I'm good. How about you? And I'm like, I didn't ask you how you were doing. Don't tell me how you're doing.
But that's good. See, they're stopping and thinking about hey, good morning. Hey, I'm doing great. How are you doing?
But I didn't ask them how they were doing.
What if they say, yes, it is a good morning. Are you having a good morning?
She's like, or whoever it was like, I'm good. How are you? And I was like, I just said good morning.
Wow.
I'm good.
Hey, good morning, Robin. Good morning, Jamie. I see you just tuned into the Facebook stream. I also see you walked into the studio. So we're going to be talking to Jamie, learning about Learning RX. We're also going to be learning about the Rotaract Club. When I think of clubs, I feel like the Rotaract is going to be the first one that pops to mind. When I think of Rotary Club, I just think of guys on boats, like getting stuff done. Guys and girls hanging out, getting stuff done on a boat.
On a boat? Why do you think of Rotary as a boat thing?
Whenever I think of a rotor, I think of a boat motor, and I probably just made that up. But for my life, I'm like, oh yeah, the boat, like a Rotary Club, the Boat Motor Club. And the Rotaract Club, baby, don't even get me started before I learn exactly what it is.
Okay, intern Maisie, you said the mind of Curt Casper. Why are you not saying the same thing about the mind of Gardy Garcia?
I made a comment about his thing, too. He said the positive change of socks or something. I'm just going to be commenting every good quote that I hear because I feel like they need to be
positively
written down.
Yeah, thank you.
You're welcome.
We should get someone.
Today's gonna be a good day.
We should pay someone a lot of money to transcribe these Kickstart episodes. That would be an interesting task. Maybe impossible.
I feel sorry for somebody who has to go back, turn it into the book.
Yeah, Michelle said the what club? Y'all are talking too fast. Hey,
the Rotaract.
The Rotaract Club. It reminds me of the Tesseract from Avengers. Yeah, it's like Loki's always after the Tesseract.
So I'm going to try my best, but I know Jamie's going to do a better job at describing it at 9 o'clock. But the Rotaract Club is like young professionals who are doing great things in the community where they come together and socialize.
Oh, yeah. So it'll be fun. Hey, I see some more people tuning in. Good morning, Kim. What's up, Naola? What is up, Chris?
Hey.
Good morning. I hope I had a great weekend. Thank you, Chris. I hope you had a great weekend, too. It was Father's Day. Happy Father's Day to all the fathers, future fathers. If you had a father, if you have a heavenly father, happy Father's Day to you. It's a time to celebrate.
See, I did like that last night.
That was cool.
That was cool. As we were leaving church, Pastor Josh was like, yeah, if you have a heavenly father, like go get some ice cream. I'm like, ice cream?
Yeah, like a half smile.
I finally get some ice cream.
It's my time to shine. Hey, we're going to be announcing the winner to the Burger Nation giveaway. We were at Burger Nation on Friday. We had our good friend Joe Perez there. We had a gentleman named Jerry who is a veteran who is doing counseling and therapy for veterans. They come back from the military, serve their time, and then they are trying to get back into civilian life. Sometimes it's not the easiest. It's always a good thing to talk to someone, especially if you have questions or working through issues. Why not go talk to somebody? And that's what Jerry's doing specifically with veterans. They have a day a week that they meet, and Burger Nation supplies food to them, so that way the veterans are able to have a delicious burger. Apparently, they look forward to it a lot, which I don't blame them because Burger Nation is delicious.
If I was getting a Burger Nation like Kickstart burger every third Thursday, I would look forward to it too.
Yes, me too. So we have about 4 minutes left, and we're going to take a break. And when we come back, we're going to have Jamie in studio where she's going to be sharing everything that she has going on in the community. So it will be a lot of fun. Can we get back to the transcription process of our morning show?
I saw this because this is pretty good. Naola, my girlfriend, said, "Good morning. Transcribe the Kickstarts and put them in those AI learning robots that create scripts." That would be the future.
Maybe we'd be able to be replaced by artificial intelligence. Think about that.
Okay, this will blow people's minds away for a little bit. I went to a convention this past weekend, and I actually sat in on a panel that was really kind of cool, and the panel was called "What is Reality?" And it talked a little bit about how video games and future technology and just things that happen, like the vibrations in the world, sometimes can make it difficult to know what reality is. And so they actually used an Elon Musk quote where he was talking about there's like a 1 in 1 billionth of a chance that right now we are living in a video game. In a way, when you look at
1 in 1 billion, that's it?
That's it.
That's not good odds.
But then he was like, eventually, probably we won't be able to distinguish what is real and what isn't real. Otherwise, humanity has failed. Because he was like talking about, take a look at the advancements of technology, take a look at the advancements of, video games from where it was just a ping pong to where it is now. And it was really kind of cool. And it kind of opened up my mind, and it talked a little bit about since I'm going to mess up the name. It starts with a C, but it's basically the vibrations of sound, and where you have like a speaker and you put the salt on it and then you change like the frequency of that and it creates patterns and stuff like that. And it was really kind of cool to hear, just like, okay, what is reality and what isn't reality, and how it could lead to something very dangerous in our society.
Oh, man, I'm scared.
It was
Kurt.
cool. It was
now
cool.
You got me all worried. What am I going to do?
So I think a future of Kickstart having AI robots is not too far-fetched.
I wouldn't mind. Okay, if we get it transcribed, we should just get it, somebody look over it and just throw it in a book. Like, this is like, and we call it like June, Kickstart June. And then it's just like, oh my gosh, what am I reading? And
right?
People are going to be like, oh, the vibrations of the sound. They're going to have their mind blown. They're going to think it's the greatest thing ever. So
then I can take credit for it. Like, it is my idea. I didn't hear it on the panel.
Oh, yeah. It wasn't the guy who created Tesla and, PayPal, everything else. He's driving a car in space. No, it was Kurt. But music, that makes sense. Vibrations in music is patterns. Music is it's like its own language. So that's really cool to kind of, and I've seen stuff like that before, how it jumps and it just creates its own little pattern that you can actually visually see, which you usually can't.
Yeah, I thought it blew my mind a little bit because I'd never seen that before. There was a cool video that the panelists showed, and it blew me away. I was like, oh, that's so cool to see. I want to try that.
Yeah. Well, we're going to take a quick break on the FM. When we come back, we're going to have Jamie in studio talking about Learning RX. She's also going to be sharing about the Rotaract Club. We're going to try and capture the Tesseract, help the Avengers out.
Plus, at 10 o'clock, we're going to have a cool announcement that you're going to want to tune in to find out about at 10 o'clock, about afternoons on KHEA Radio. You're not going to want to miss that.
Stay tuned. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Kickstart is going to be on till 11. Coming up next is Todd Smith. There's a light on KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. Clapping over the beautiful music.
It was great. I like that song. Todd Smith.
How's it going?
Good morning. It's going well.
You want some coffee?
No, I'm good. Thank you.
Take the coffee. The results. The sad truth is here.
Yeah.
Wait, is this it?
Oh, man.
Oh, I got to find out now?
Well, you can wait if you want.
I might
Do you
want to
show him the results first so that way...
I only brought him a copy. I
Okay.
can talk to him after.
Wait, we can't... it's
It's
that
up to
bad?
y'all. It's up to y'all.
It's that serious?
I'm okay talking about it on
I
air.
don't think I want to go through all the results, but we can kind of highlight
How can we help him?
what we tested.
We can focus on the problems and we'll
All
be
right.
here for
Let's do it.
Hours and hours
I'm
and hours.
okay. I'm okay with my personal self.
We
that
just
I
want to
can
know how to
handle the
fix it.
information.
Okay, there's so many issues. See the deep breath.
Dang, did you see this?
Okay, well let's just start chatting first, and we want. Okay,
I will
Kurt
also
can look
say
over the
it's not
results.
fair that I took this test.
Okay, yes. So, yes, he took this test in an environment that was not a great testing environment.
He took over the environment. I was trying to have a conversation with my good friend David, and he was just like, this is wrong. Yeah, up and down. I was just like, Kurt, can I focus?
Yeah.
Man.
He's like, I don't know why, but that noise you made and looking over at you reminded me of a Muppet.
A Muppet?
A little bit.
Holy... These results are terrible.
He's like, this.
I'm like in the lowest percentile on everything. Like
Okay,
below the 1% of
I
America.
will say this isn't the best testing environment, and also whenever we do test people, we want them at their best time of day, and I don't think that was his best time of day.
Yeah, well, you know what? I have some news for you. That was his best time of day.
There's just a lot going on in the room. It's not a good testing room, so.
Yeah. Before we get into results and Kurt trying to justify everything that happened, let's learn what we're looking at. So what kind of tests did Kurt take, and what kind of questions were asked?
So he took a cognitive assessment test. It's called the Gibson test. It's comparable to the Woodcock-Johnson or the KHEA test. And it's been normed and standard about the same level of them. So the first page that he was looking at explains the test. We did pull an IQ score, but at our center, we don't want to focus on IQ.
What is my IQ score?
I can tell you just by what you said.
My IQ score.
It's on
the
there.
charts.
It's the very last. It's the very last one. But we do not like to focus on IQ because we don't think it shows you the whole picture. Okay, so
This is her being nice for me being stupid.
No, but the IQ, it always shows you the general overall. It doesn't show you what the weaknesses are or what the strengths are. So just looking at IQ, I wouldn't know how to help him. So
Okay.
the beauty of this test is we broke down 7 different
I'm
cognitive skills.
83 out of 100. That's not bad.
The IQ range is a bit different than the percentile ranks. So
Wait, what's a good IQ then?
you're just a little lower average.
What's the average?
Oh, no.
It's like 108 is a good.
108's average and I'm 83?
So I will tell you, at our center, we
Kurt's going to be mad at me. He was mad at me all day Friday. Now he's going to be mad at me all day. I didn't even take the IQ test, Kurt.
Jeez.
Can I see this?
No, this is terrible. This is the worst testing
So,
environment ever.
that is true. And there is hope, though, at our center. In Learning RX, we've seen an average of a 19 to 21 point gain in IQ through our students. So
I could get above average.
You know, I could probably give this to our bosses, and it'll explain a lot. Because they always ask me questions, and I'm like, I don't know.
You know, actually, you can't fire me ever now because you're...
there's
ever. Because I can use... See, look, she said you can't fire me ever.
No.
She's shaking her head no.
I can't. You can't use that.
Dang. Do I
What?
qualify for any? I need financial assistance. Fix the AC in my car. I have an 83 IQ.
Is that why you're still... Never mind. Okay, so it's 9:03. We got 2 minutes left, and we can go on the FM. We'll reintroduce Jamie. Learning RX, that's the name of the business, right?
Yes.
And can you just give an outline? If somebody has not heard of Learning RX, why would an individual, a child, an adult, why would they come to you?
So usually people come to us because they have gone through all their options and they still don't know why they're struggling and things that they're struggling. So a lot of times it's parents coming to us and their kids are in the 504 program and they don't feel like they should be in 504. They're completely brilliant kids, but for some reason there's something missing, and we find what is missing and fix it.
Is 504 a program in the public education system?
Yes.
Okay.
CCIC does a great job. It's kind of their special education program. So if a kid is struggling more than average in reading, then they get pulled aside and they get accommodations. So what we do is we like to see those accommodations just completely removed. The child does not need the accommodations whatsoever. But yeah, so people come to us because they know that they can process so much better. They just don't know how to fix it.
Yeah.
And we figure out the how.
Is it mainly like a reading and comprehension thing, or is it also other subjects like math and science?
It's all different things. So we're not subject-based. So we're based on the Cattell-Horn-Carroll theory of learning. And basically is subject-based is your knowledge bank, but to access that knowledge bank, you have to go through several sets of cognitive skills to get to that knowledge. So we like to test the skills. So when it comes to helping someone with math, we will not sit there and do math problems with them. What we do is help maybe their long-term memory or their short-term memory or their logic and reasoning. That's super important for math. So we like to figure the underlying skills and build those so that they can access their math skills a lot easier.
Okay, so we got 8 seconds. We're going to go on the FM. Kurt, you okay over there? We got 5 seconds.
I'm just looking at all this.
Okay, here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
Who am I anymore? I don't even know anymore.
And I have a
Still the
co-host.
same person.
Kurt.
You're Kurt
There you
Casper.
go.
And we have a
Dang.
guest in studio. We have Jamie here hanging out. You came in and hung out with us on Friday.
Yes.
And Kurt took a test on a computer.
Yes.
Last minute.
Well, let's
Okay.
say last minute I came in, he was organizing his little cables, and he just found out right then that he was going to have to take this big old test in a testing environment that was
And
not.
I'm
not
trying
great.
to get in the car to go to Baybrook, you know, because
Yeah.
I don't have
He had a lot
vehicle.
of external factors. So
Yeah,
I won't-
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So, okay, there's a lot of things. And Kurt, he is, there's a lot of adjectives I would describe Kurt with.
I was waiting for you, like amazing, talented.
Those are them. Those
Yeah.
are them.
Okay.
You know, and he has a lot of great.
above and beyond, like a
Exactly.
hard worker.
Okay, now you're just getting a little too far. Okay, he's a great guy. But one thing that I have noticed about him is that he gets his mindset on something,
Yeah.
whether usually a lot of times, right? Sometimes it's like, hey, let's reevaluate, whether it's the radio, whether it's his car, whether it's anything, right? And he's stuck on it. And I'm just like, Kurt, can we have a conversation? Like, maybe there's a better way. But he's like, no,
Fixated.
it's this, and I'm just like, okay, that's great. And then, it almost takes like an argument. And then
Yeah.
we're like, okay, we have to break down the whole relationship and rebuild it again. Any of these test results, can you see any of that? Or
Yeah, there's some things that would answer that. I would focus on his logic and reasoning, and that is actually one of his stronger skills on our tests, but it's still low. So,
yeah. I mean,
So
there's
something
nothing
like that.
wrong with being low on the test, I'm not going to read that. There's nothing wrong with being low on the test, right? The thing is even if you have issues that you struggle with, you can somehow find, and we talked about this a little bit on Friday,
yes.
you can find something in life, whatever it is, a passion that you have, and be successful still,
you can
right?
be successful in it, yes. So
Can we talk about? I want to talk about this test.
Okay, talk about the test.
How am I supposed to know how many zebras there were running through the forest? Just by listening, and somebody says there were 20 zebras running through the green forest
Well,
with
that's
black.
that's how you're supposed to know. You were told.
Oh,
If
you know
you
what?
tell me what to listen to, like I'm going to take this test again and do amazing because I'm going to know what to listen
We
to.
have to wait some time because we don't want you to remember the test.
One thing I noticed, this was a part of the test, you would sound out, you're like, ruh,
Yeah.
duh. And he'd be like, Dabibagar. And we're just, and like me and Dave were looking at each other like, what?
I wasn't
just
listening.
I know, but you were listening. You had headphones. You had like literally there focused, and we weren't making a noise.
You guys are over here having like a big old conversation
Huh?
and a testing.
Yeah, it was like
So-
ha-a-ta.
That was during our auditory processing test, and that's a problem we're seeing a lot now. And it's just going back to the phonics. So what he would do is he would blend a consonant and a vowel together and count that as just the consonant.
Yeah.
So something like a sound like "b." A lot of times people say "buh." So that's actually two sounds, the "b"
B-U.
and
Buh.
So yeah, and
Book.
so he just would put those together constantly, stuff like that.
Yeah.
So auditory processing is the crucial skill for reading and then also spelling as well. And then that goes into your comprehension and it goes into your writing abilities if you're able to write very colorful stories or not. So auditory processing is a very important
You want to
skill.
know? Okay, so
He's
here's
gonna go back to his writing skills. Like, and this is another part because I don't know. I feel like Naola and maybe other people would agree with me. Sometimes Kurt can be a little delusional. Like there's a situation and it's like not reality for everybody else, which is okay. And we talk about it.
She says that she still loves me.
She
no matter
does.
if even if I am stupid.
You're just very creative.
Yeah, you're creative.
Yes.
Yes.
Finding count it all
Positivity.
joy.
I don't have a test to like test creativity or positivity. Like I don't have that test. So
I have it.
what we were testing wasn't that. So we just weren't testing his strengths.
Just drop the "This is Lamarck" video.
There you go.
What I was gonna bring up was when I was actually as a freshman in high school, right? That was back before computers, right? Like computers were still kind of a thing. It was like 2003. So they were still like coming out, with like where you could have every classroom has a computer and whatnot. So a lot of it was still handwriting.
Yeah.
And my English teacher noticed that in my sentences there was added words that weren't there. Like she's like, "Why are you adding that word?" And I would go back and be like, "I don't know." So my brain as a 9th grader, and I don't know if it's still there or not, when I write things out, will write things that I think I'm writing that I'm not actually writing. Does that make sense?
Yeah, I've seen that before in
Yeah.
kids. Yeah, and a lot of times when parents see that, they automatically jump to dyslexia. Oh, my kid has dyslexia or something like that.
It's a
And
popular name. We've heard it thrown around a lot.
It's labeled on a lot of things. And what we've seen is dyslexic tendencies are often, the root of those are often the auditory processing skills. So if your auditory processing skills is really low, of course, you're going to mix words like from different lines and the B's and the D's and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
The other thing he does, like out of nowhere, he'll be like, "Man, that's crazy. Don't you agree?" Or something like that. Like, "Man," and I'm like, "What are you talking about?" Like he has these thoughts in his head, and I think he's saying them out loud.
from our test, one of his strengths is his processing speeds. He's just able to
Too fast.
process pretty well. So maybe his brain is processing a lot quicker than his mouth is. Who knows? I don't know.
So we now know my IQ score. I feel like 83 is pretty good.
I don't think 83 is your actual IQ score. I think if we were in the correct testing environment, that would be a lot better.
I'm still using this though. Gardy, you can never fire me. I have an 83.
I'm just Googling the average IQ in the United States.
Uh-oh.
Okay. Okay, look at this. Most people have an IQ between 85 and 115, but I feel like that's not even an average. Like they just use a big thing.
I feel like my
yeah.
IQ, but see, doesn't IQ scores also like
So
like-
below 70 is low, and above 130 is pretty high.
shouldn't
Are you disappointed?
Okay, so I will tell you, I've had an older gentleman come into my program. He took this test and he scored, I think he was like 130.
Wow.
He was incredibly intelligent, but he still was struggling in his job. So he came in and he only did about maybe 30 hours of brain training, and he immediately saw the difference. And he had the high IQ, but when we tested him, his short-term memory, his executive processing, those are both really low. So that's what we targeted. And from that, he was able to produce better at work.
What kind of work was he in?
He did a lot of, I think, like telemarketing type things.
Okay.
He was on sales. He's doing something
Sales.
with sales. So he was constantly having to call people. And he noticed that it was taking him like a long time to be able to get a phone number and then plug it into his phone and whatnot. And then through our program, he noticed almost immediately that he could see a number and just go in and write start typing it in the call. So his productivity just went up.
Yeah. So with brain training, is there like a specific line of work that you see a lot of people coming, be like, I'm struggling because I'm in this industry, or is it just all over the place?
It's just all over the place. I will tell you, our main niche is school-age children, only because they're constantly getting those grades back
and tests,
in the tests,
seeing the numbers.
And yeah, so they're constantly seeing that. So the parents, they see that as an investment to their child's education, which is true. But I will tell you, when we help adults from all walks of life, we see a quicker jump on the cognitive training. But kids are awesome. What we're seeing nowadays is a lot of weak auditory processing, much like yours. And it's just because I think schools have gone away from phonics and they're teaching more in whole words. So if a child has weak visualization skills and weak auditory processing skills on top of it, it's going to be really hard for them to learn to read.
Wow.
So we go back to the basics with that.
So once you find out these issues, what is the training? What's the process to help them turn it and use their, use what they have still, I guess?
Yeah. So like we said, the test is the first step. And I will tell anybody that, even if you don't believe in brain training, at least take this test. We offer it for $150. That's the cheapest test you'll buy like this. Because usually these tests go for hundreds of dollars. You take this test, you meet with me, I'll answer all your questions, and a lot of times people will come to me and they say, you really explained my life, why I've been struggling for so long. And then...
Why are you looking at me?
And then from there, we develop a program. So we have several programs. Someone like Curt, I'd probably put him in our Comprehension RX program, just because where he's at. So... brain training takes time. So the biggest dedication for our programs is the time dedication.
Right.
Are you willing to come in 3 to 5 times a week for an hour to an hour and a half? It's hard, but it's necessary.
You can. Why?
What? I'm sorry.
You hear what I said?
I wasn't paying attention.
Oh, my gosh.
My cognitive skills were pretty low. Here's the best part is I can now use that. Whenever Gardy's like, why are you the way you are? And I'm like, well, because Jamie says.
I feel like I already told you all this stuff, and you've just been not listening.
So, yeah, a lot of times, so what's missing on your test is we didn't take a survey that we usually have. So if you see one page is blank, and we like to rank to see where you put yourself or where someone else puts yourself, and we compare results. See that page right there?
Yes.
So we like to get that data to kind of see where you would compare yourself. And what problems you would see. It's a survey. I can give you the survey later. We just were under a time crunch, so we didn't do it.
Oh, okay. Here's the crazy part is academically, I'm pretty smart.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, like taking tests. I went actually to school on academic scholarships and everything else.
And acquire scholarship.
And acquire scholarship. You can't forget that.
Oh, I know.
But yeah, it was so
sing?
funny. Like,
Wow.
No.
Oh.
world-class singer. Thank you very much.
Oh, it's part of that delusion.
Okay.
Anyways, like taking the praxis when I was a school teacher, everyone else was freaking out about it.
Yeah.
But to me, it was not even a question mark. And I was in the top, I could have taught in every single state in the country based on my praxis score.
I wonder if that's because whenever you process information, like the importance of a situation, sometimes it doesn't hit you like on the same level as it hits other people. So you're able to stay more relaxed in a testing situation or more relaxed in a speech situation, which you competed in school. So I don't know if that's something as well. Like everybody else is like, man, my future's right on this. And you're like, hey, it's Tuesday. I got to go do it's time to shine. I'm going to do it.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's weird. I don't know where that comes from.
But again, like using everything that you were dealt, the cards, for the good, like for your good,
but
for
see,
life.
I feel like if they were asking me questions like solve for X, I can solve for X.
Yeah.
But to place the plus where I saw the plus before, it just doesn't work for me.
Yes.
Like Rain Man. Or like...
Oh, yeah. Like beautiful mind. Like I have the beautiful mind where I can do all these like equations in my head and stuff. But you asked me to remember what I had for lunch last Tuesday. I couldn't tell you. Can everybody do that? Like people remember what they had for lunch last Tuesday?
Tacos, right?
Yeah, tacos. Come on, man.
Easy.
But here's the funny thing. I'm looking at this, and the one thing that I saw was long-term memory. I was in the below, like very, very low. Right.
Yeah, so that test was the very first one and the last one. And I know you were super distracted for the first test because it was new and we were in here talking. And then when you took it the last, you were just worn out. You were like, I focused on this long enough. I'm tired of this. I'm ready to go home.
Yeah.
So I don't think that's the true indication of where your skills are, but there might be some concern there.
The one thing that that is crazy for me is because I can remember a lot, like in my personal life, way back.
Yeah? Tell me something about your childhood.
I can remember there was a backhoe when I was a 2-year-old in the backyard, like digging a hole.
Is that your first memory?
I think so. Yeah, because we moved from that house when we were 2, but I can still visually see the backhoe looking out the kitchen window in the house. So I was only in that house for 2 years, and I can remember that.
Yeah.
Like long-term memory of like memories, I can remember pretty well.
You know, I have some memories too that are like very old, and I think the more that I've thought about them, my brain has filled in pieces. And I've done a little bit of reading on it. It's like, do you really remember that? I don't think you do, but your brain kind of paints it to where, man, no, I remember doing that. And then somebody can tell you up and down like that didn't happen.
Yeah.
But you would swear up and down that happened. But for me, those are like old memories. For Curt, it's like yesterday, you know, sometimes where I'm like, Curt, I was there with you and that didn't happen. You're like, no, it happened. And you believe it. And you're right in your head. In my head, I'm right too. But again, that brings us back to the reality. It's like, but can two be, you know, it's a perspective thing. And I've seen memes about this, and it's like, oh, we're looking at the same thing. I'm right from my angle. You're right for your, whatever.
The mind is a really cool thing.
Oh, it's so
it's
amazing.
Beautiful. It's a terrible thing to waste.
You know, I was at that convention, right? When I was sitting in that panel about what is reality that we brought up earlier. And one of the things that they were talking about is like mind over matter in kind of a way where you can literally tell your mind to do whatever you want it to do.
Yeah, and that's what we tell our kids. So we integrate life lessons too, and we tell them like if you're thinking that you're dumb, you're most likely going to be doing dumb things. But if you're telling yourself you're smart, that you're brilliant, that you have value, that you have worth, you will be producing so much great things, and you'll just feel better about yourself, and you'll see a lot more better things come out. So yes, I do believe in mindset so much. And that's one thing we work a lot with kids is their self-talk. Like if they say I cannot do something in our session, we treat that as a bad word. We say, you know, that's a curse word in here, and we immediately correct the behavior and tell them to do like say the opposite thing 7 times, something like that. And that's one thing that I have seen with every student from Learning RX is that they walk out 10 times more confident than what they came in. And to me, like, there's no way I can put a value on it, but to me, that's been the best part of my job. Just them coming in kind of beat down and then walking up with their shoulders a little bit straighter.
You know, go.
I was just going to
say what you got to say.
Yeah,
Sorry.
I was going to say the coolest part about like that mind over matter that he brought up was a gentleman who holds like 26 Guinness World Records for like cold, where he actually like climbed Mount Everest in shorts, or he like spent like an hour and a half inside of like ice chambers. But to him, he's told his mind like, this isn't cold.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
Yeah.
And he's completely okay.
Yeah, your brain is powerful, super powerful.
You were talking about how yourself, you know, what you say about yourself, your mindset, that's important. What kind of conversations do you have with parents who bring their kids in? Because I know I've even seen my son in the past in different schools where they're like, well, talking about my son, he gets nervous speaking in front of people, but like he's standing right there. And I'm like, in my head, I'm like, why would you ever say that in front of my son? Because if he hears that enough, he's going to be like, oh, I just get nervous in front of people. No, you don't. You don't get nervous in front of people, and it's all in your mind. I used to get nervous in front of people. I don't anymore. Yeah. But yeah, what are your thoughts on like parents and teachers? What kind of conversations do you have with them?
As adults, we need to be more cognizant of who is listening. And sometimes you might not even think your child's listening, and they are. And they really take your word about themselves as gold. So if you're saying that, oh, they're so dumb around them, they're automatically going to tell themselves that they're dumb. It takes a very, very strong-willed individual to counteract that. So, yes, I think as adults, teachers, any, I guess, martial art instructor, anybody who deals with kids, watch how you talk about them around them, and watch how you talk about other children around them as well, because they're all sponges. They take all that in. So yeah, definitely. And if your son heard that, I would pull him aside and tell him that that's not true. And
Yeah.
maybe she was having a bad day, or maybe her definition of a good speaker is a bit different than your definition of a good speaker.
Yeah.
I saw that a lot in Vermont when I was a teacher there. It was a school that was a technical center, and so a lot of like technical centers have like that old like, hey, vocational mentality where back in like the 60s and 70s or 80s, they were like, hey, you're not really smart enough to go to college, so we're going to put you in a vocation so that you can get a job, and it was like tackling that mentality at that school was here's a bunch of like kids who probably aren't academically the smartest people in the world, but they can pick up a video camera and shoot video. They can be creative. And so trying to get them over that hump of like, hey, you got this. Like, you are smart. You are amazing. You are creative was part of my job.
I love that. That's awesome, because parents do come beat down too. They get told that their child's making all these bad grades. They're behaving all this ways. So they get told all these negative things. So parents are coming to us and wondering, why is my child like this? I see so much more. And I just sit with them and I explain to them, your child just has strengths that probably the school doesn't see, and probably not a strength in school, but, you never know what strength comes out of it. And they're only in school for a fraction of their life. So if you're going to spend all that stress on this fraction of school and not really value their actual strengths, you don't know what you're holding back for whenever they're done with school.
Yeah. We're talking about individuals and testing individuals. What is your thought on something bigger than that? Whether that's a business, whether that's a community, a town, an organization. If you're within it and you hear it enough, I mean, just as a whole, would that work the same way? Like if people hear something about...
I think so. I think when it comes to anything like that, it's a ripple effect. So if you drop in negativity, it's a ripple effect to like a whole organization type thing. But if you drop in positivity, then it's just a ripple effect of positiveness.
Yeah.
So.
And so it's easy to come up with a solution how to fix that if it's an individual, especially if it's a child. I mean, what are your thoughts on like if it's an entire like the state, like a state or something? Like, where do you start? Do you start at the head, the leadership, just talking differently and doing something different?
Honestly, I think good leadership is the solution to a lot of problems, but something as big as the state, we might not have a luxury of good leadership, so it starts very grassroots. Just one individual aspiring change to the next individual who will inspire change to the next individual. Yeah. And eventually that will reach the top. So I think that's why I'm so passionate and always volunteering and always, spreading a bit of good here and there. Whether it's like a big opportunity or a small opportunity, it's always good to just spread a little bit of positivity here and there.
Okay. So. Yeah. Right now it's 9:27. This is KHEARadio.com, 99.5 FM. Kickstart's going to be on till 11. We've been talking about learning RX with Jamie. But Jamie, you're also involved, and you just talked about that with a lot of nonprofits in the area. Yeah. Anything that you can help with.
I think you were just talking about one that I have a huge passion for, Transition Plus. Mm-hmm. Yeah, so they meet every Thursday. I think you said every third Thursday, but they're every Thursday, and they hardly ever cancel. And that's just such a great group of veterans getting together and really hashing out, what they've gone through. So I'd love to support efforts like that. And then when it comes to children, I know y'all know how I'm involved with the Bay Area Alliance. But moving on from that, I wanted to create something where I would see more people my age get involved in, and that would be Rotaract. So Rotaract is kind of an offshoot of the Rotary Club. So I don't know. I just heard
like the Tesseract. Yeah. We're talking about this, yeah.
So I've never heard Rotary compared to a boat, but it makes sense, I guess. So
there was a Rotary. See, the one thing that's flawed with that is there was Rotary in Nebraska, and there's no body of water in Nebraska.
There's Rotary. Yeah, Rotary is everywhere. I always had this weird thought of Rotary. I thought it was a bunch of old people.
Old suits and ties.
All deep pockets,
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
The watch,
That's why I've always kind of avoided Rotary clubs. Someone's always asked me to join. We have 5 in our area. I've always been asked to join, and I'm always timid to do it. But my boyfriend is very involved in the Seabrook Rotary, and he kind of pulled me along with their youth programs. So we got involved with their exchange program, and then from there I heard about Rotaract, and I just got so excited because Rotaract is amazing for people our age who might kind of be nervous to go into an actual Rotary club, but still wants to see good in the world. So this is where we can come together and, figure out what service projects we want to tackle and do it our way. So I'm really excited about it. We're going to be starting here soon, and I hope both of y'all can come. But I really just want to get a lot of young people involved in helping our community, because I feel like maybe the generations after us, they're losing empathy. Like, I think as we go on, empathy is getting lost.
Yeah.
So I want to be that person that kind of helps pass that to the next generation. And another great thing with Rotaract is that we're going to have mentors who are successful, like the Rotary Clubbers. They're going to come in and they're going to help mentor us, and they might even help us professionally and maybe getting better jobs or showing us how to do our job better. So,
Kurt, why'd your eyes light up whenever she said better jobs? Wow. Really? Right here, we're going to do this right now.
They have so much knowledge.
You can't fire me. I have an 83
Yeah, but
IQ.
they can help.
They have so much knowledge that they can pass on to us, and then that we can pass on to the next generation. So we would be that missing piece,
Cool.
So I'm really excited for that. We're going to be meeting the second Wednesday of July. I think it's the 10th.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see.
So I just see Josue got on with Tetelestai. Shout out to Tetelestai Life. But he also is a mechanic. And so I'm asking, is Rotary an engine? And because I
Those
Googled,
rotors.
Well, I Googled Rotary boat, and a bunch of stuff comes up. So I didn't just make this up, or there's a lot of other people that are confused like me. Because anytime I thought of a Rotary club, it's like a boat club, the boat engine club.
I mean, the Seabrook Rotary has a lot of boat stuff.
That's cool.
But
They
there's
meet at-
Seabrook.
They meet at Lakewood Yacht Club. I almost said that wrong. Yeah, but
Hey, so this is brand new, the Rotaract Club in the area, and you're starting it?
so it's an international club.
Yeah.
And so there's over 10,000 Rotary clubs in over 180 countries. I'm just trying to help it come
Bring the branch here.
Yeah, and it's not just me. There's several other Rotarians that are helping. I think the nearest one is in Humble,
Okay.
so it's kind of a drive. But I think Galveston County would really love this. Everybody wants to help, but no one really knows where to go. Like, I've had so many friends tell me, "Oh, I want to volunteer," but I just don't know where. Or someone's kind of scares me. So I think this is going to be a very inviting group.
Cool.
And yeah, I hope to develop personally and professionally, kind of both worlds.
So my question, with the Rotaract focusing on, I guess, young professionals, how young is young? And where do we draw that line? Like in church, we always come with that. It's like, oh, it's young. And it's just like, well, what does that
tough.
mean?
Yeah, 19. 19
Is the youngest?
Yeah.
But then what's the oldest?
30. 19 to 30.
See, I'm too old. But I would love to be involved. I'm 33, but I feel young.
Oh, you can. See, okay, the best part about coming in at this time is anybody who starts with us now, they're going to be the chartered members, and we're going to get together and make our own bylaws. So if we want to say, hey, the Rotaract Club goes to 33, then we'll make it go to 30. It's all up to us. Like, we have so much control over this.
Nothing like making some good bylaws. That's what I'm talking about.
And being a chartered member of anything, especially something like a Rotaract Club, that just looks good on your resume right off the bat. So that's why I want to encourage young people.
I'd love to be involved.
Is there some financial, distinguishing, hey, you're a founding member? No?
What do you mean?
Like if I'm a founding member of something, like a founding
You want
member
some
of Apple, I should get some shares in the stock of Apple, if I founded Apple.
So Apple's for profit.
And then a not-for-profit is the Rotaract Club, right?
I really need AC in my vehicle.
We're not going to get rich off of this.
Dang.
Not in wealth.
But in love and giving back to the community. Well, there's a lot of things that I want to do, like specifically in Galveston County, that me and Curt, we've talked about and we have goals, but we don't know where to start, and trying to find like-minded people to where we can say, you know, like we had talked about this with the city of Lamarck. We talked about this with a couple other people, but I want to do, and I've seen stuff like this for Clear Creek ISD and even Dickinson ISD, but nothing down there in Texas City ISD, which is where I grew up. But like helping kids know how to save money, start a bank account, you know, how to
grow a business. I mean, there's so many people that we talk to.
Yeah, which Lemonade Day was cool, but like, you know, something else not focused on Lemonade, which I love everything about that, but more like on the financial, like, hey, you can do it. What is your dream? And then we kind of focus on that. That's what I would love to do. Yeah,
there's so many great businesses in this community, small business owners that we connect with. You know, I'm thinking of like Axe Masters that I went and was at on Saturday, where we're actually giving away passes still. If you wanted to win, there's some videos. I mean, we have 3 giveaways going on right now.
Nice plug. I like it.
Yeah, but there's 3 giveaways. But what I saw is, you know, there was a dream. Robin and her family had a dream to start a business. And that dream started somewhere, and you got to figure out what to do. And there's so many steps you have to take to start a business. And there's so many kids that if we taught them at a young age how to do that, think of our community around us.
Yeah.
I know. I agree. And that's the beauty about Rotary Club. I know I'm not like the biggest champion of Rotary Club, but they have this great system of the Rotary Club, the Rotaract Club, and then they have the early night club. I'm not too familiar with it, but they go into elementary and they teach things like that, and they teach values like compassion and fairness to these young kids, so that as they grow up through this program, they're just amazing human beings and really, really great people. So
Alan Hutchins said, "Oh wow, our fall leads is going to be focused on financial planning for teens." I love that.
That's awesome.
And that's the Texas City Education Foundation for the Future, I believe, or something like that. If I butchered it, but we were there last year, and that was awesome. There was a lot of local businesses like A&A, Machine and Fabrication. You know, we love Alan in Lamarck for forever.
Yeah,
you know.
I've known Alan for a while too. Since
How'd you meet him?
My church. He goes to Bay Area First Baptist, and that's where I grew up at.
Cool.
We love
world.
A&A. It's our cover photo on our Facebook page.
I can see it right here.
The funniest part is when people, like, they're like, hey, we're over here at your place.
They go to A&A.
It's like A&A, and we're like, we're at Abundant Life Christian Center. Oh, but on your Facebook. Sorry. Yeah, it's just a really cool shot with some Texas flags, and, you know, we thought it was cool.
I want to start a business to where I can buy stuff only from Alan. But I don't I don't know. I don't have the land or an idea for it.
Yeah,
so.
They do some really cool stuff. Their machines make great videos. Like, I love going in there. Like, I just want to go in there and film all the time.
There's like fire, sparks, water, like all kinds of stuff. So it's always a lot of fun. Yeah. So we have, let's see, about 20 minutes left. We're going to be talking about everything going on right here with Jamie and in the community.
Yeah.
We've been talking about Rotaract.
Can I make a plug for our giveaways before we switch back over to the other thing? We have 3 that are going on right now, which is crazy, but we like giving things away. Somebody called us the Oprah of the area, which is kind of cool.
I like it. Like,
yeah. You get a car, you get a taco.
Galveston County Oprah.
Yes, we are Galveston County's Oprahs. Anyways, we're giving away some oil changes to Honda of Clear Lake. We're also giving away some passes to Axe Masters in Lake City.
And that one.
And this morning, we dropped one for the Art of Coffee, where we're giving away 2 $25 gift cards to the Art of Coffee. So 3 giveaways, your chance to win. Go search for those videos. We'll share them out again if you wanted to.
You know who drives a really, really nice, bright, shiny red Honda that I discovered in the parking lot the other day?
Rally Red, baby. Can't miss me.
No. Do you get issues from the police officers going so fast in that thing?
Funny story. So these Hondas now, they make them with a very small turbocharger in them as well. Mm-hmm. So sport mode really takes off, which is really bad because I have a lead foot. So I'm always like, but funny story, the day after I bought my car, I was driving through Friendswood, a back street, which I didn't think any cops were at. I wasn't even speeding that bad. I actually thought I was going the speed limit at this point. I got pulled over and I got a ticket.
Oh,
The
no.
very first day of driving this car.
Ouch.
But since then, I've been good.
Good.
I haven't been caught, so.
Not only do I have low IQ, but I also have an issue with the fast pedal on the foot, in the car.
Heavy foot,
Yeah. Lead foot.
lead foot syndrome.
I got fired from a job because of speeding tickets.
Wow.
Yeah, it was back when I was a news reporter. It was I wasn't even a full-time
But
employee.
you were trying to get to the news.
I was, but apparently that doesn't matter. It wasn't bad. It was like 3 speeding tickets and I didn't come to a complete stop at a stop sign, right? So
3 tickets and
four
that's a lot.
4 tickets in 3 years, which isn't a lot.
4 tickets in 3 years.
Yeah, it is.
I guess that's not a lot. No.
But it was always like 10 over. It wasn't like I was going like 20 over. It was
I
like
always
10
go the speed
to
limit.
15.
I always go the speed limit.
Anyways,
Right?
they're like, hey, we can no longer have you on our insurance. You don't have a job here anymore.
Ouch.
Gone. And then I lost another job, and then like I was in line to get a job at someplace else, and they like yanked me because of it, and then. Yeah, it was really stressful, and then I got made fun of for it. Fun? Yes.
By the president of the college, right?
So is that why you came to Texas? To
get
get away
away.
from all those tickets?
Yes, and people who made fun of me for my lead foot.
Ah.
There was an award night, senior award night, and there was like bad weather, and the first joke out of the MC's mouth, which was the dean of the college, was like, well, if there's ever bad weather and we need to get away really fast, we'll just jump in the car with Curt because we'll know we'll get away.
That's not even a good joke.
But it was like a day after I had just lost my job and like lost my future for that I've gone to college and spent all this money for. And I was like, bro, I wanted to get up there and fight him, but my 83 IQ prevented me from doing that.
Hey, they built a brand new Valero right down the street from us, Delaney Valero, right?
Yeah.
And yesterday, on the way to church here, I saw that they had pulled over like 3 or 4 people. So it's like a brand new not a speed trap because people do speed down this road and we all need to go the speed limit. But like one of our worship team members got pulled over. I saw somebody else got pulled over whenever we were like crossing. So be careful.
That state trooper was going back and forth like crazy.
I did see a state trooper on the way here, but he turned into the neighborhood.
Okay.
Yeah, no, I think it's a big Jeep. He just drives back and forth down this road, and it was so funny. Like he would turn around, and then he would like, and I just stared at him. I'm like, "What? You want to give me a ticket?
Oh my
gosh, let's go!"
They would take you to jail.
They would.
They would take you
don't
to jail.
fight,
Kurt,
police.
you would not survive in jail. You just need to follow the law.
Yeah,
Do what's right.
I agree.
You would not survive. That's all I'm saying.
83 IQ.
It's 9:41.
Can I retake this test? I don't want to walk around like with the number 83. Like I have to walk around with like an 83 around my neck. No.
It's not like your football jersey number in junior high. He had a necklace that he wore around. You weren't number 83. What were you?
No, 74.
Was that your IQ then? Or no?
I'm jumped up. That would have been funny to be like,
That was a good one.
wow, this has increased since the last time I took this test.
Well, IQ does increase, so there is hope.
At what point does it generally start to go down? Like, is there an age? Do we know that?
I think there is an age, but I will tell you, our senior adults that do brain training, they see super quick improvement. So yeah, and they're able to stay, themselves a little longer.
Cool.
Yeah.
That's cool. So brain training, it makes sense that you can train your brain. I was talking to someone the other day. Actually, you came up because I told him, I was like, hey, there's a business called, Learning RX.
Yeah.
They do brain training. It was a lady who had went to school and studied like neuroscience. And I said, what's neuroscience? Oh,
Yeah.
it's the study of the brain. I was like, how profound.
Those
This sounds cool.
neuroscientists are so brilliant. It's fun to talk to any of them.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, just to go back, so Learning RX isn't something that I just magically came up with. It's been around for 30 years. It used to be only offered in doctors' offices. They just weren't seeing the results they thought they could get because with the doctor's office, they could only meet like once a week, and the gains were there, but not as quick. So the owner of Learning RX, he franchised it, so now people like me could have it, and they see that if you come in more days out of the week, then the program is a lot more intense, and with the increased intensity, the levels, the gains also comes quicker, if that makes sense. So there's a lot of people that have really gone into this program, and really have fine-tuned it. One of them being a neuroscientist, and she produces fMRI studies so that we can see structural changes of people that have gone through brain training. So it's super amazing stuff. A lot of people get bored with the science, so I'll steer clear of that.
No, science is cool. Yeah. I remember being a kid and I was like intrigued by science. I don't know why, but whenever I was young, it was like Beekman's World and Bill Nye the Science Guy. There was all these really interesting science shows, and I'm sure they still have stuff like that for kids. I haven't come across it yet. A lot of stuff has changed, but there's a lot of like YouTube, videos, and some of them are informational but there was something about it, like the guy in the lab coat, and I was like, oh, that's a scientist.
So cool.
What are they doing? It was neat.
It's so cool.
Yeah. We're going to take a quick break on the FM. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. We're going to keep it going on the Facebook stream. If you haven't shared this out yet, share it out. If you have a question for Jamie about Learning RX, about Rotaract Club, how you can get involved as an individual in the community to give back, let us know. It's KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. Hey.
Yeah, people are more than welcome to just comment, and I can go through the comments and
go back.
See. Yeah.
We have some.
There was one earlier. Do you still have that?
No.
It was, what was it about? Do you remember?
Is brain training helpful for athletes?
Oh, yeah, for athletes. Like brain training
yes.
in athletes.
Yes, we've seen that it's great for athletes because it helps with their reaction times.
Okay.
And sometimes even people have said they've gotten faster. Like kids when they come with me, I like to ask for improvements. And some of them say that they're running faster. I don't know if that has anything to do with brain training, or just they feel a lot better about themselves.
I want like the reaction time. So if your brain's like, hey, run, or like move quicker, that I can see how that can go together.
Yeah, well, and that's the best like analogy to brain training is it's basically like a workout for your brain. And so how we do our procedures is we load them. So we'll target, your long-term memory, and then we'll load that procedure with either a metronome or a time mechanism. And that is comparable to like an athlete running with weights or swimming with weights behind him because they're trying to build their strength and endurance. So we do the same thing, but we add like a metronome. That would be our weights.
Yeah. Is it dangerous to be able to process information and put it out that fast? Because as a kid, my parents always told me you need to think before you speak.
Yeah.
So can it be like a bad thing where these kids are like so quick? Then you'd be like, you're a smart aleck. you need to stop.
That's funny. I have one. You saying that brings to mind this one child that I've had. She was in high school, and she came to us. She was already processing pretty fast, but through our program, she got a lot quicker, and there was a lot more little, kickbacks at the parents. But at the same time, we were able to sit with her and really talk to her. That's not the best way to get what you want type thing. And so she was able to pick up on that a little bit and really work on it. But there's some other underlining issues with that. But yeah, she did start thinking a lot quicker.
At what point should you start bringing in children to kind of do some of this stuff?
6.
Age 6?
Yeah, we can start at age 6. Now parents,
the sooner the better, or
not the sooner the better. It's just we want to get them started on the right foot and then keep it going from there. A lot of parents come to us as kind of the last resort, like they've tried everything and nothing seems to work. So then they come to us. But if we could get those kids in a little before they get to that point, it might save the kids some hardships.
This is why we brought you in. This was my last resort. I literally tried everything with Curt, and
Dang.
I'm going crazy. I'm going crazy. So for my own sanity, I'm glad we have these results because now we know what we can work on.
Yeah, and then in the back page, I left you kind of what each skill represents and weaknesses that you might see if those skills are weak. So you can go through those and see if you identify with any of them so you know really what to work on.
Wow.
I think this is your mom, Elva, said, how about people with concussions? Concussion, I get hit in the head a lot. Is that possible that...
Yes, so any TBIs, so we can help with the TBI recovery, and we've seen a lot of great work from that.
Even like young athletes?
Young athletes. We have a study out based on soldiers, so you can go through because soldiers, they tend to get TBIs, and if you look at it, the government has spent a lot of money when it comes to medical expenses with our soldiers, so we would kind of offset that a bit.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Very cool. Yep. Is there that comment that she made? I always go the speed limit and quotations. That is a quote that I had, and I do for the most part.
I'm loving this where she's putting like little comments over here that we say. This is the first time that we've ever had that.
It's really interesting because you guys say a lot of fun stuff. So like now it's gonna be documented and like always there for people to look at. I love it.
It says I always go the speed limit. That's, I mean, why is
So
that funny?
true.
It's facts.
It is facts, Gardy. So true.
Good.
It doesn't.
Have you always gone the speed limit?
No, I haven't always.
Was it when you had children, then you started?
Well,
No.
Let's see.
He's lying. Let me tell you, he's lying.
Oh, so you don't go the speed limit.
I try to, but I don't realize if you don't look down.
If this was a lie test, Gardy would be scoring an
So
83
we have
right now.
someone else with the lead foot syndrome over here.
No, it's really light. But my shoes are light, my foot is light, but so is my pedal. So that's my only issue.
So is my pedal.
So everything's just like it's like a feather, and then you don't. Yeah, it's
What do
funny.
you think your average speed is, Gardy? Because I was looking yesterday.
Well, my car can tell me, and it would probably say it's like 29 miles an hour. Well, that's what it
pretty
used
good.
to say
It's pretty good. 29 miles per hour. Pretty good.
on average.
Maisie's trying to call you out on the radio here. Mute her mic.
You're down. You are down.
Coming up at 10 o'clock, we're going to be making a special announcement. So make sure that you tune back in. We're making some really cool changes that are coming to KHEA radio in the afternoon time.
I think I figured it out.
What is it?
Can I say it?
If you have a guess, we're not going to tell you if you're right or wrong.
We'll just look away like nonchalantly.
It has to do with,
Like, you know.
I figured this out.
These people? Possibly.
Hey, so Andrea Thomas, I'm guessing she's one of your friends. She said, Jamie, you're so awesome. Smile. Oh, my God. I love tacos.
Yeah, so Andrea, I met her through the Sprague House. I think she's on here talking to y'all about the World War II Veterans House. She put in a lot of time in there, so every once in a while I was there. My boyfriend was also in there a lot, so...
that was the one that they were making for the World War II vet.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, the 94-year-old. Yeah.
That's cool.
That was the Lions of Houston, right?
So that was the Houston
Houston
Lady
Lady
Lions
Lions.
and Serve, which is also a group that I'm a part of. So they all
How many groups are you a part of? We only have 8 seconds, so actually we probably shouldn't ask you. You're a part of a lot of groups. Here we go, and then we'll talk out for a couple more minutes.
KHEA, Lamarck.
Good morning. This is KHEA Radio, 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
It's 9:51. We're talking to Jamie about everything that's going on in the community. Jamie, you're pretty busy. What all are you involved in?
Really not that much. Just, my business. I am doing the Bay Area Alliance, Serve. I just got involved with Walmart and their involvement with the Children's Miracle Network. So now we're raising funds for them. But besides that, pretty easy going.
Mm-hmm.
I like to work with markets. So I help out with a lot of markets, which is awesome because I know y'all love small businesses, and that's kind of what I do with small businesses. It's awesome to see them highlight their products and see quality products. And whenever you buy from a small business, you're helping out a friend and not some corporate leader,
Right.
So it's really amazing getting involved with, the little mom and pop shops.
Yeah, and you're also helping bring the Rotaract Club to this area as well.
Rotaract, yeah. Hopefully, yeah. So we're going to do that July 10th. We haven't picked a spot, but July 10th, it's a Wednesday at 7 o'clock. We're all going to meet, and we're going to hash out what direction we want to take this club, what bylaws we want to set. So now is the time to join. Any young person, any young professional looking just to benefit themselves and also benefit others. Like, this is the perfect opportunity. So if they want to get involved with that, they can just leave it in the comments, and I'll go in and add them to our email distribution list.
So is it an open call? Like if you want to come
Open
and
call,
learn about it?
We want just everybody in. If you just want to learn about it, if you really want to be a chartered member, or if you know someone who might like it, just send them my way and I'll plug them to the right people.
Cool.
That's awesome. Does it have to be a Wednesday night at 7?
We have to be here, and we get to be here Wednesday night at 7 because that's what time our service starts. But if y'all do it like out in that room out there, then we can pop in.
Can we do it in this room? We'll bring in food or something.
Well, Wednesday night at 7, we're all
Might
going to
be
be in there.
hard.
They're going to be like, "What's going on in that room?"
Well, I mean, maybe
Gardy
the
and Curt
first
said-
night will be a Wednesday, but we can always. We're looking at either Monday, Tuesday, or Wednesday. So the first of the week.
Gotcha. Yeah.
Um,
Because most events generally tend to take place on the weekend or later, right?
Yeah, I know for me, my Thursdays are booked from like morning to night. There's always something going on Thursdays.
Yeah,
so
that's
definitely
true.
going to want to avoid the later part of the week.
Can we talk a little bit about the Bay Area Alliance for Youth and Families?
Yeah, so I'm super excited. Our big event is coming up September 7th, and it's Dancing with the Stars. So if you want tickets, they're very limited at this point. We have sold out of all of our tables. So we have very limited tickets. We have a couple of $500 sponsorships, I think maybe 3. And those include 2 tickets, recognition at the event, recognition on social media, and also votes. I think you get like 150 votes that you can use for a person. Also, if you're a business and you're unable to attend, we are still accepting silent auction items or gift cards. So we still need the silent auction items, and we still need those gift cards, and that is also another way to get your name recognized at the event. But yeah, the Alliance, they're doing some super great stuff with our kids.
They just moved to a new building?
Yeah, just a brand new building. I have yet to see it, but it's huge, and Amanda, she loves it. So
Yeah, and you got recognized the last meeting me and Curt were at, and we were fortunate to sit at your table right there, and they recognized you.
Yeah.
What was that?
Just the volunteer of the year.
Just the volunteer of the year.
I hate stuff like that. Yeah, I was.
Well, that's awesome.
Y'all saw me. I was very like cringeworthy. I
The
was
best
just like,
part-
"Oh, don't look at me."
The best part was Gardy was like, Curt, that's you. That's you. And I'm like, yeah, Curt.
It is me.
Kurt. And then all of a sudden I was like, wait, actually it's the person sitting next to me. I should probably stop talking. Like, it's just rude at this point to be like, it's Kurt. It's Kurt.
Yeah, y'all went to our best meeting though. Our annual meetings you can really see all the work that the Alliance has done and how it's impacted the kids, and you see it from their perspective. So I love the annual meeting. And it also looks really cool with all the decorations.
Yeah, that was our second one. We went to the one before. Which was awesome too. They had tacos.
Oh, you came on a taco day?
Yeah.
Oh,
Man, the
great.
best part about the Bay Area Alliance that you should join is, it covers your cost of food on a Thursday for lunch. I don't have to pay for it. I have to drive there, but I don't have to pay for it.
Yeah, but then you get to learn about a bunch going on in the community, how you
great.
can be involved and help out some local kids. So
The
it's
free
always
food.
cool.
I'm-
And food.
You know,
Sorry.
there's another opportunity for free food through the Alliance, right?
How?
You got my attention.
Yeah, it's a breakfast. You come and you meet with the children, and it's called our SALSA program. So it's student adult leadership, and basically the students, they're seen as your equal, and you're just it's a mutual relationship between you and the students. So it's another.
Breakfast?
What weekday does it normally take place?
I believe it's Friday.
On Fridays or
I don't
something?
know.
Yeah.
You have to get with Amanda with that one.
Yeah. Well,
We see them in July. We have it where they get to come on once a month
Oh,
and
okay.
talk about some cool stuff that they're doing. Like last time they came in and talked about the dangers and problems with vaping
juuling.
and juuling.
Yeah.
And July 9th, maybe? No, July 11th. It's the Thursday. They're coming in again to talk about stuff that helps students and young people.
Yeah, and I remember when they were in, they brought the whole bag, and it's like a caboodle
She has
of
some
everything.
crazy stuff in there, like stuff that I didn't even know. And I thought I was a pretty sneaky kid myself, but they have a lot of like stuff I would have never imagined.
You see this?
Yeah, that could.
You think
could
it's a
be
coffee
holding-
can,
You
but
could
actually
be holding drugs in that.
there's donuts inside. it's the best, right?
Donuts.
But I remember because e-cigarettes, I remember whenever they started selling them in the mall, like in the middle, and we didn't really know what they were, but it's like, hey, there's a kiosk and it's an e-cigarette. But
Yeah.
that was probably about 10, 12 years ago.
Yeah.
But she was like, well, actually, the first patent for e-cigarettes came out 300,000 years ago, or not really that long, but it was like
didn't know
80
that.
years ago or something
Yeah.
ridiculous like that, or it's been around for a long time.
Yeah.
But they're really gaining in popularity, but there's still a lot of uncertainty whenever it comes to adults and parents. And apparently some parents just be like, yeah, we'll go buy it for you. You're not even 18, but
or here's
it's okay.
cash.
Yeah,
just
and then they
spend
just
your
get whatever they
money.
want.
Yeah.
So there's a
Yeah.
lot of stuff that needs to be spread, like the facts and awareness, and we don't know what the long-term effects are because it hasn't been around this popular for a long time.
Yeah.
So okay, we're out of time.
Oh man,
Jamie, how can somebody get a hold of you? How can somebody learn about Learning RX or get involved with everything you got?
Learning RX, the best way to get a hold of us is our email. It's clearlakeoffice@learningrx.net. That's the best way to get in contact with me for Learning RX. But I'm a very open person, so whatever anybody needs, they can just find me on Facebook and ask me. When it comes to Rotaract, just comment in the section, in y'all's comment section. I'll go and look and see how I can help that way. But
Cool.
I think the best way is just to connect on Facebook. I'm the easiest person to find. Jamie Norad, Jamey. So super easy.
It's easy.
Yeah, super easy. But when it comes to Learning RX, clearlakeoffice@learningrx.net, and I'll get with you as soon as possible.
Awesome. Well, you know what? Thank you for joining us.
No,
and
thank you.
We'll be chatting
This was
soon.
fun. Yeah.
Because we had our taco cook-off, and you said, "Yeah, I'd
Of
be down to help."
course. Yeah, I love
I have
that
nothing else
stuff.
going on. I'm not busy
No, I'm just
volunteering.
gonna-
These other
I'm going to section off October 12th. Nothing else.
taco cook-off
Yes. that's
coming
gonna be
to Lamar,
fun.
Texas. We're going to take a break. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. When we come back, we're going to have a couple guests, and we're also going to announce the winner of our Burger Nation gift card giveaway that we launched on Friday. So this is Kickstart, KHEA. Stay tuned.
There's going to be some other fun veteran things coming on to the city of Lamarck, too, that I don't know if y'all want to do a shine on.
Yeah? What are they doing? Is it like housing stuff?
Yeah, big housing with Habitat.
Okay, we had heard. I know they did one, and they did the whole launch like in the morning, and so we couldn't. We weren't able to make it, but it was right here in Delaney Cove, and I know.
Well, that was
The city told us.
That was the, like, actual house.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they want to do like a whole veterans community type. Like
Really?
3 houses, and they're looking for land for 2 more.
Oh, cool.
So yeah, maybe if y'all get Habitat on here.
Yeah, definitely. We're down.
that'd be awesome. Yeah.
Do you have a contact for that? Do you know
I will
anybody?
have to look.
Okay.
But
Colleen had talked to us about that. Remember?
She said that there was some houses coming, but whenever she had said it, I didn't understand that it was going to be like on the same
there's
spot,
new
a
guy
community.
That came in like within the last couple of weeks, and he would be the best contact.
Okay.
So I'll have to get that and see if I can send it. But it's in Lamarck, and I know y'all
Yeah.
love to shine on Lamarck, so
Definitely.
They should just rename it to Shine on Lamarck, the whole city.
it's very catchy.
It
I
is.
like it.
That was Colleen. She came up with that.
I love it.
Colleen.
All right.
thanks, Jamie.
Of course. If you have any questions about your results, let me know.
I got tons.
But yeah, I don't think it's truly indicative of your skills.
No,
I think-
'cause of the test.
Yeah, the test wasn't the best situation.
Yeah, the test.
The test. The testing environment.
Thank you.
Yeah.
You're awesome.
Thanks, Jamie.
See ya. So, Facebook, what's up, folks? What's up, family and everybody? It's 10:01. We are excited because we have a bunch of stuff going on at KHEA, and we're excited to see what the future holds. But it's gonna be a good time.
Yeah, make sure that you go ahead and share this video. And we got a big major announcement as well.
Yep. So stay tuned. Sorry. People text us all the time asking us radio questions, which is great, but it's hard to focus.
Yes.
Whatever, we tried it. But yeah. So hey, Taco Cook-Off is going to be coming in October right here in Lamarck. If you are interested, maybe you cook the best tacos. You know a restaurant that cooks the best tacos, a taco truck. Your grandma cooks the best tacos. Your wife, your mom, your dad, you cook the best tacos. Your kids cook the best tacos. We're going to be needing judges. We're going to be needing contestants. We're going to be needing sponsors. We're going to be needing a lot of stuff. So feel free to reach out to us. We're teaming up with United Way. It's the KHEA Radio Talk of Taco Cook-Off benefiting the United Way. And we're excited to bring that right here to Lamarck. There's a lot of places that we could take it. And we decided, hey, this first one, we want to be in Lamarck because we are. I grew up in Lamarck. Curt, I feel like, you have become a part of Lamarck. You got your
I am
Lamarck card, So, hey, Robin said she wants to judge. You are in.
Robin, you got it. I talked to her about possibly bringing out her mobile
That'd be
axe
awesome.
throwing at that event. I feel like axes and tacos go great together.
It's just fun. So we're looking for vendors. If you want to bring out, some items either to sell, or you have some cool games that you want to do to spread awareness about your business or about a cause, reach out to us as well, because we have almost unlimited space. I want to say that, I guess lightly, because this could actually fill up really quickly, because a lot of people have been very, very, very excited. But next week, actually this week rather, we have a busy week, and then the following week we're dropping links, and our hope is to drop flyers and the logo and everything, so that way the ball will just go crazy.
So that you can get set up as well with like vendors or tacos, whatever you want to do as well.
So it's gonna be fun. So yeah, our next guests are gonna be coming in now, and we're gonna be talking about an exciting idea and show that's going on.
Maisie, are they ready?
I feel like we're gonna be learning some too. So I'm gonna go ahead and scoot this camera back just a little bit,
Hey guys.
and we'll get y'all situated. Hi, how are y'all doing?
How are y'all? We are excited.
We are too.
So we're
And we just moved our chairs. I don't know if we're supposed
no,
to.
you're good. Yeah, just and then move your mic, and then we'll get
Okay.
this to where we need it to go.
Okay, awesome.
If you have any questions, let us know. I feel like I'm going to be having questions answered as well.
Yeah.
It's a big learning experience. Hey, do you see that cam yet or no?
Looks good.
Perfect. So y'all
It's
doing
perfect.
good? Y'all are perfect. What's going on today?
What's up?
Not too much. We're just hanging out with
You're
our
hanging
Facebook
out?
family.
Yeah, we just saw Jamie.
Yeah.
I've known Jamie since she was in 6th grade.
Really?
What? How did you meet her?
Our daughters, Jamie's daughter and mine. Jamie
Kelly
and
I
my
have
daughter
children together.
Yeah. Jamie and my daughter Haley went to Bay Area Christian School together.
Oh, she
up
went to-
until 11th grade.
Cool.
Yeah, isn't that amazing?
Yeah.
So it's a small world.
Yeah.
I go, look, Jamie's in there.
Bay Area Christian School, they've been around for a while. It's a good school.
Yeah, it's a really good school. We loved it. Our
Where'd you
kids.
go to school?
Abundant Life Christian School.
Oh, there you go.
So I went here. I
Yeah.
graduated from here, yeah.
Wow, how many were in your class?
20.
Okay, yeah, that's not bad.
That's a lot like my class.
How many were in your class?
1,030.
So 20, 30,000 to
Yeah,
30.
a lot,
A lot of like I
that's
went to
not
Clear
bad.
Lake High
Where
School.
did you go to school?
I went to school in Lexington, Nebraska.
Oh, wow.
It was called Lexington High School. There's 140 kids.
Oh,
in
that's a
in
big school.
It was a big school.
Yeah.
There's 700 in the entire school, but yeah, 140.
When I went, there was about 200 in our entire school. In the entire, kindergarten all the way up to seniors. So it's pretty cool.
1,030 in your
1,030.
class.
Clear Lake, back in the boom of NASA.
That's really
So,
huge
yeah,
class.
about 4,000 kids at the school.
Did they decide like, hey, we need to make more schools? Because I mean, even in the last like 10, 20 years, I remember there's like 2 or 3 new high schools that have popped up.
They, I think Clear Brook High School came in 3 years later.
Okay.
So, and then it was a long time till Clear Springs.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that
that's
was the
right.
next-
And now there's
Springs.
Clear Falls.
Yeah. That's
'Cause-
where my son graduated.
My youngest daughter, Candace, she was the first class to go all the way through at Clear Springs. So she started as a
wow.
freshman. There were sophomores, so somebody graduated first, but
Yeah.
they were the first 4 years. So
I
that was
love that.
2011.
Yeah.
So from like 1986 or 1989, there weren't any more schools.
Yeah. Well, I'm from Lake Charles, Louisiana, so I went to Barb High School.
Barb High School.
I've heard of it.
Yeah, it's
no,
like.
I haven't.
Oh,
I just wanted you to feel better
wow,
about it.
thank you. I like that. Thank you. I
Like a-
did feel
like-
better. I was all excited.
Is that like a person or like a
Yeah, it's
barbed
Alfred
wire?
Alfred M. Barb, and our newspaper actually was called Barb Wire. Isn't that funny?
Oh, I get it.
I know.
The wire. Ah.
Were you a part of the newspaper?
I was my senior year, but I was
Okay.
a cheerleader. I was on student council. I had fun. I loved high school.
I bet.
I did. I loved high school. It was fun.
I think it's cute when they have those. Like at Clear Springs, the hallway that you walk in is called Main Street. They're the Chargers, so it's
Yeah.
like MANE.
Oh, that's cute.
And when my brother walked in, he goes, "How are they going to graduate? Kids, they don't even know how to spell."
That's fun.
That is funny.
Well, apparently you can graduate and live 30 years with an 83 IQ. So
Uh-oh, wait, who got tested?
Kurt did. I got tested.
So Jamie has a business called Learning RX where they do brain training and cognitive skills and reading comprehension, memory stuff. Also, a part of that was an IQ test. So he sat, right where y'all are. Jamie was there. Kurt was there. He went through a test. It was 45 minutes, but we were in here. I was here, Jamie was there, and my friend David was over here. We were just chatting a little bit, but he had headphones on, and he was kind of focused on some other stuff in the afternoon.
So you're giving excuses.
A little bit, but the results don't lie, right?
The results are terrible. That's not even close to true. I take
83 IQ.
I have 145 IQ.
Did
Come
you
on.
actually graduate from that high school that you went to? Or
They've never asked for a
They just all
resume here.
win.
So you never know.
I had to send in a resume. What's up with that?
I know.
I don't
made the
think I put
rules.
my IQ on it though.
See?
Yeah.
We need Jamie to come back and give the Learning RX test.
Actually, she's still out there getting
Exactly.
ready. Are you guys ready for it? Let's go.
You would be embarrassed if the two blonde girls
I'd be scared.
did better, right?
Hey, we got 10 seconds. We're going to go on the FM right now, and we're going to just talk about, I guess, everybody's past a little bit and see where it leads to in the future. Here we go. Good morning. This is KHEA Radio 99.5 FM. This is Kickstart. I'm Gardy.
And I'm Curt.
That was Carrie Job, One Desire. I love Carrie Job. Sometimes I wish she would just have a little bit more joy. But whenever you see her perform live, it's like rocking. And then like her albums, like in EPs and stuff, it's just like, it's a good song. But
It's
like that
always
ramp.
sad.
Yeah, a little bit. But she's good.
Yeah, she's great.
Here we go. So we have a couple guests in studio. We're talking to Kelly. We're going to be talking to Angie about everything that they have, I guess, accomplished up to this point in life where it brings them right here in our seats. So how are y'all doing today?
We are fabulous. How are you?
I'm doing good. It's been a good morning. I love Mondays because it's exciting. It's a new week.
TGIM.
It is.
Is there breakfast tacos?
No. I
There's
had
just
What?
tacos
I thought
hanging
there
everywhere.
was tacos everywhere at this place.
Yeah, there is in decoration right now.
Oh.
But this is what I had, and it's like already gone. But I'm right now I'm doing like a 6-week challenge, and so with Power Fit Meals, Kayla, and the Iron Den, I'm doing this thing where it's like eat this, work out, and then you'll be strong. So that's
that's
what I'm
right.
doing. Now.
How's
This
it
is
going?
week 2. This is the start of week 2 Monday, so it's going great so far.
Wow.
I
He
love
lost
it.
a lot of facial hair from this.
I did. So my weight is down in hair alone.
That's hilarious.
3
Well,
pounds.
I didn't realize it was already going to be the start of the second week. I mean,
Yes.
once you get through the first week, it's usually a little bit easier.
There's no way that I could get through anything like that at all. Like, there's no way I'm doing 6 weeks. Because we did a 21-day challenge with Dr. Aaron Chapa, and I maybe did 1 day.
Yeah.
There's
You're
no
the
way I'm
one day
doing-
challenge?
Well, it was an afternoon. I was running from the police, and I ate a cookie.
On accident.
On accident.
Only because you were able to
Wait,
stop and take
you-
a breath and
You
From
ate the
the
cookie on
chase?
accident, or you were running from the police on accident?
A little of both. A little of both. I was kind of speeding, and then the cop turned around and so I was like, "Oh, I'm gonna go hide." So I hit him. I quickly pulled into the parking lot. He pulled in beside me. I got out of the car super fast. I ran into the apartment complex, and I got there, and I'm like, "Oh, what am I gonna do?" I was like, just here for a cookie. Took a bite of the cookie, and I was like,
Yeah, like the leasing office. So, they'll have like coffee and
Oh,
cookies
yeah,
and stuff. So he parked real quick and jumped out his car and was like, I'm going to run in. Maybe the cop will. He probably wasn't even after Curt, but just in case. He just
and I
grabbed the
walked
cookie.
out and I had the cookie and I was eating the cookie. The cop wasn't there, and I'm like, oh, it's day 1 of the challenge. I'm not supposed to be eating cookies.
But did you offer the police officer a cookie?
He wasn't there anymore.
Oh, well, that's a shame.
So it worked.
it did work.
But now I'm pretty sure he's still looking for me somewhere.
Exactly.
You never know.
Well, now he knows where to find you.
So-
Exactly. That's hilarious.
If you're tuning in on Facebook and if you're listening on 99.5 FM, if you've heard from Kelly, if you've heard from Angie before, their voice sounds familiar because they've done a lot in the industry, right? Can you
Yes.
kind of walk me through? I guess Kelly, we'll start with you or Angie, whoever wants to go first. Just saying hey, what's your background? Because you've done a lot of radio before, right?
Yeah, I've done some radio for the past 2 or 3 years, local and online. And my brother, I've been around radio and done voiceover work for years because my brother works at KSVJ, actually. So he would get me to do voiceovers and I would do things for clients off and on. I used to have a web TV show, did production and hosted and, just a lot in media stuff where I've just been around it a long time and I love it,
Yeah, and then you moved from Leak City to this area and got plugged in, I guess, to the community, right? Because you're involved in Leak City and the area a lot.
Yeah, and KHEA.
She's Kima.
Yeah. And so I've been actually involved with KHEA, the KHEA community for almost about 20 years. I was on KHEA City Council for 11. I'm on KCDC. I was mayor pro tem for 2 years. Just started a lot of events. My husband and I actually started the KHEA Cops and Crawfish, which started like I think 17 years ago now. But it's just been a part of my life to be real involved in the community and do whatever I felt needed to be done or get involved with, and I really enjoy it. I've been singing for about 35 years in the area. Not in the area, I'm sorry, because I haven't been here for 35 years.
Hey,
well, no, I
Lake
have
Charles
been in the
is
area,
kind of in the area,
Houston,
right?
It's pretty
Houston and the Bay Area for 35 years. But so just kind of all of these things that I've learned and done. Kind of, it's very exciting to be able to use it and get involved with a really fun station and you guys.
Yeah.
Angie and I are really, really excited.
So we haven't made the announcement yet. So we need.
I'm going to see where like the past leads up to the present. I want to see how this all comes together. But Angie, so
how does it come together, Angie?
What?
Tell us.
Your media background. You've done a lot as well.
I've done a lot as well. I was a choreographer in Los Angeles. I worked for Patsy Swayze. So Patrick Swayze's mom, most people know that. And that was great. Got to do some videos and movies and that kind of stuff. But then I thought old actresses become reporters. So I went back to school and got my degree in broadcast journalism. And I did a morning TV show called Good Morning Torrance in Torrance, California, if anybody knows. Just a suburb of Los Angeles, but still has about 3 million people there.
Cool, yeah.
I worked on Fox Sports, and I was a reporter for a little while, but all the news was bad.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anybody remembers. This was my huge moment, but there was the Granada Hills shooting. It was at a Jewish community center, and this man shot children. Thank goodness nobody died.
Terrible.
Although he did kill a postal worker, and then he got on a plane to Vegas, and then they caught him. Well, I was actually interviewing a soap opera star from General Hospital in the neighborhood, and so they called me, and I was the first reporter there, and I could not shove a microphone in these women with little babies and blood and, stuff like that. And so I kind of walked away, did my stand up, and then the national news people started coming, and I did that one big thing. Well, we got a lot of letters, because I cried and as I spoke, and people were either like, great, a reporter with emotions, or they were like, well, she shouldn't do that if she can't handle.
Yeah, that's just awful though.
So I decided I wanted to do entertainment news. I wanted to do something more fun. So I worked for Entertainment Tonight doing what they call on the spot reporting. I think some of y'all saw on Facebook. I put some of my stuff up the other day with Ben Stiller and with Heath Ledger and stuff. And that was the most fun job I ever had, except for that you're not on the air. You go do all the stuff, and they want you to be there because they're promoting their show. And so that's all exciting, but not really promoting my career much.
Yeah.
But,
So wait, whenever you do that stuff, you just capture the footage, send it back, and then they edit together and throw it. But it's not like the live reporting or just being able to interact, I guess, with the you're interacting with a large audience, but you're more one-on-one. Interviewing?
Right. When you do the interview, it's really just the one-on-one with the star, and then it'll be like Nancy O'Donnell will be sitting there going, so today on the set, Ben Stiller was one that was on Mystery Men. So it was just like on the set of Mystery Men with Ben Stiller, and then she would ask a question, and then he answers what I asked him.
Oh, wow.
So it's more like she looks like she's interacting, and so, but they can't be all over. So like that was in Los Angeles, but the one with Heath Ledger, that was in Seattle. So, they on 10 Things I Hate About You. So, which was his first film.
And a great movie.
So, yeah. So that was his first American film. He was famous already in Australia.
So you're kind of a body double.
Exactly.
There you go.
Exactly.
Body double reporter.
So anyway, but I moved back to Houston. I did grow up here, went to Clear Lake High School, and lived in LA for about 16 years. But when I moved back here, I just mostly got involved in community service. So with my choreography, I started doing fashion shows. Well, the first fashion show I went to, they didn't have any decorations on the tables, and they weren't coordinated very well. And so I was like, well, okay, I'll just do the whole thing. So, I decorated it, I choreographed it, I got the models, I did. So I was like, oh, okay. So then I just started doing that. That's actually how I met Kelly.
Okay.
She was in the Houston Livestock Show and Rodeo Fashion Show. And
So fun.
So y'all been friends for how long?
I don't know, about 10 years.
It's been
Something like that.
it's been a little while. We've known each other. We've
Yeah.
really become close friends over the past 3 or 4 years. We do a lot in the community together.
Okay.
So,
And you're pretty plugged in League City.
yes.
Yes, because
Yes.
I saw Joe Perez tune in earlier, but I think was it the Christmas parade?
So
or
I've
Christmas
been emceeing the League City Holiday in the Park parade for 17 years, and Joe did it with me this year.
Yeah, that's
So-
where I know I saw you because Joe had shared it out, and I saw you as well, and you shared it out. So that's really cool. That's a big deal. League
It
City
is.
is like doing a lot of cool stuff.
It's a lot of fun. We usually have close to 30,000, about 27, 28,000 people come to the Christmas parade, and so. It's a lot of fun. And, it's a whole weekend. They do like this old Holiday in the Park movie on Friday night. And so, all these families are sitting out on the gazebo yard out there. And it's so cute because, there'll be like couples all cuddled and their little babies and families. And they watch this movie out in the park. And
Yeah.
every year I walk out there and just get little tears in my eyes. Like,
I know. I mean, League City really has been doing some bigger and better things. Don't y'all think? I mean,
agree.
they've really done well.
Yeah. Well, and Holiday in the Park was started by Pat and Janice Hallisey. Pat's the mayor now of League City. And I always said that if you want a history book of League City, ask Pat Hallisey. He's going to go, wow, where were these trees planted? Then Pat will go, well,
The best
Linger
part of, that kind of blows me away about Mayor Pat Hallisey is, he's been on our show one time. And I've maybe met him like one time. And the other day we ran into him. He goes, Kurt, how are you doing?
Yeah.
And I was like,
He said-
wait, there's 100,000 people in League City. And I don't even live in League City. And you remember me by my name. Like imagine all of the people that he meets and everything that he does. And to be able to be like, I remember you specifically was really kind of cool for me.
really, he doesn't remember anybody, Kurt. It was just you.
Yeah.
Am I that memorable?
It was you. I mean,
Man, that
Pat.
83 IQ is like starting
That's
to rub off on people.
I mean, Pat has been one of my best friends for like 18 years, and he still doesn't know my name. So it's you. He remembers.
Yeah.
Thank you, Mayor Pat Hallisey.
He is pretty awesome.
He is.
Yeah. So
fun.
I feel like, okay, everybody's history, the life experience, it's all leading up to this point where there's going to be some cool stuff happening, in the afternoons on KHEA radio. And we had talked about this, and this is something we're going to do, And are y'all excited? I mean, I know we are.
Wait, what are we doing?
We're going to try and launch a show together. And I don't even know what the name is. I know there's been some suggestions, and I've seen some
Yes.
great
What?
suggestions.
There
We're
has
gonna
been
do
some
a
good
show?
suggestions. I think so. Yay! And
What was it? What we said? Now you're now a new contestant
Yeah,
on
Name That Show. That's right. Because
I like that.
you're all contestants right now because we are still taking names.
Okay.
But the fun part is that we actually have prizes, and these are real prizes.
Real
Wait, what are the
For
prizes?
the person
Yes.
who wins the Name That Show
Well,
contest.
Kurt will like them because they all deal with food.
Yes,
there we go.
exactly.
So, all
Exactly. You ready?
I'm ready.
We've got a $25 gift card from Franca's Real Italian Restaurant in Clear Lake. That's
I've
pretty
never
nice.
been there.
Yes.
Oh, it's so good, and they have dinner theater and everything. It's really fun.
Am I
And you can
eligible to
sometimes
win?
hear Kelly sing.
I don't know, maybe.
Okay.
Did you turn in a name?
Not yet.
Okay, well, that makes you eligible.
I just said interesting. So that
Yeah.
could be technically a show name.
So
It
what
could be.
were you saying that the milk thing was interesting, or just that it was interesting that we were having a contest?
Both, I think. It had to be both. Interesting. Or it could be a show
Okay,
name.
Interesting.
so
So
we
there
also,
could have been three.
That's right.
Yeah,
we
exactly.
also have a $50 gift card to Coco's Crepes in League City.
Yummy.
Thank you,
Awesome.
Manish Maheshwari.
Yes, Manish.
I-
Yes, awesome.
You can't eat there because they're
Right now.
crepes, but
Well,
oh my
in-
goodness,
in
I had
2
one
more
last
weeks-
night.
Or one more week?
No, I have 5
6
more weeks.
Oh, 5 more weeks. Okay,
I'm
no.
only 1 week through.
I can't
Okay.
deal with
Oh.
this. I can't deal with.
And then we also have 2 $25 gift certificates from Art of Coffee and KHEA.
Wow, nice.
Yeah.
We just dropped 2 a
so
giveaway
good.
for them as well today.
What?
You did?
Yeah, we dropped a
Awesome.
video with 225. So
Nice.
technically, somebody could enter to win the Art of Coffee giveaway that we're doing and drop an awesome. Does one person win all of this?
Absolutely. Maybe.
Yes,
If they're
one
good.
person. If we pick their name, although there is
Yeah.
that one person. Who is it that they've given us like 80?
Oh, yeah. We've had like
suggestions.
3 people who've given us like 20 names each.
Increasing their odds.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
mean, I'm thinking
They're
go
pretty
for it. Just start sending them in. But we are still taking name ideas.
So here's the issue I have,
So-
and whenever me and Kurt started Kickstart, we kind of stumbled into it, and yeah. Anyways, but like, whose name are y'all's names going to be in the show, and whose name goes first?
Oh.
Yeah, you know that's
We haven't even-
that's a
I
thing.
We
That's
haven't
a
really
hard
thought
one.
about that
Because
one.
I want to give suggestions, and then I'm just like, I don't want anybody to.
Angie probably first because of the
alphabetical,
A,
but
we
it's
don't do
like-
alphabetical.
Yeah,
because
You
I'm
know what?
first.
I think that we'll when we hear what the name is, we'll kind of
Yeah.
see how it goes. You know,
Yeah.
Because what if it starts with a K and then it was like Kingdom Show with Kelly and Ann, might be too so we would just like do.
Now
the
you're
Angie
gonna see
and
Kelly
Kelly's.
be like, all the K. I like all the K or
Yeah.
the C's.
Okay, which name is that?
It just
okay, no.
flows better. This one
That's right.
really goes to the top.
Do we even need Angie's name in there? Like
Hey,
Kingdom
hey,
Kelly.
Angie's gonna be like,
I don't know.
The show's called Alphabetical
Yeah.
with Angie.
That's right.
Exactly.
Let's go back to that alphabetical thing.
It's about
So-
time with Angie and Kelly. Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
yeah. Because
Hey, which isn't bad.
you've done the
It's
Kelly
about
Williams
time.
show.
I have for over 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I mean, it was really fun. So I'm where I'm that doesn't ever really matter to me because it's a partnership
Yeah.
kind of thing.
See,
And
because
we love
it
each other,
matters
so
to
we don't
me.
care.
Yeah.
No, whenever we were doing that, Kurt was like, we need to put our names in there.
Only because it's job security.
That's
Yeah,
right.
but he was fine. He was fine. But it was his idea to put my name first. I think so. That way, I would
It was.
okay. Like, okay, yeah, we can put our names in there. Kickstart with Gardy and Curt.
I have said this always. And I'm kind of proud of this. Gardy's the face, and I'm the puppet behind.
The 83 IQ behind the scenes, just like
I'm the guy who does all the work. Gardy gets all the fame.
We need to call her back
That's
and let him
hilarious.
redo that
That's
test
hilarious.
because that's gonna follow him.
But our show, we will be like it'll be even.
yeah.
We even
So-
plan on like switching. You
No.
know, who has to do the?
No,
Okay.
we're
The position.
really. I mean, well, like we talked about with y'all. I mean, we're kind of planning on being able to switch at any point,
Like roles and
like
everything.
roles, like everything,
That's
so that it's just kind of the same.
But so on the sending in the name thing. So now could they just like write on
Yeah.
Facebook on KHEA radio?
Yeah.
I think we're sharing on Facebook as well. So, but right
Yeah.
on the KHEA one, and those prices are so fascinating. But y'all all know TJ Alds, right? So he hired me to do a column long time ago when he had those connection papers that got mailed to your house, and I did the same thing on Facebook. I couldn't think of a name, and and of course people were writing in things like Angie's List, and I was like, okay, we can't really. I don't think we can do that.
Sounds familiar.
I don't think we could do that. I mean, I do spell my name Ange, so we probably could legally get away with it,
Yeah.
And that's how we came up with the A list because it was like a society thing. And we can't. I know Kurt was like, yeah, we should just have Kelly Williams the A list.
Yeah.
And I go, but that kind of cuts me out.
What's the A list?
The
at the end
A-list,
of that?
if they know my thing was the A list,
Then
my
they know.
radio show as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But it didn't mesh well. So
Yeah. No, that's
right
funny.
now we're just stuck on the the Kelly and Angie, the Angie and Kelly show.
It may just
Yeah.
go nameless, and that's what it's called. It's
Ooh,
called
the
nameless.
nameless.
The nameless.
I know it.
It's a Game of Thrones thing, like the.
It is House
I don't watch
House
Game of
Angie,
Thrones.
Well,
House
what is
Kelly.
it like
Yeah.
the girl with no name?
Oh, yeah. The girl has no name.
The girl has no name.
Yeah.
The show that has no name.
The show that
The
has
no name
name.
show.
So
Yeah.
if you have a suggestion, feel free to let us know. We are going to be launching a afternoon show, and we need a name for it. You
Yes. So maybe that will help them, because this was part of it. It was like, oh, well, I saw a lot of Bay Area stuff.
Right. Yeah.
So we are Bay Area, but our goal for KHEA Radio as a station and as a whole, as Gardy and I have kind of envisioned as we expand and grow, we don't want to be just a Lamarck radio station. We want to be an international radio station where people can tune in and listen in Spanish if they wanted to. You know, like
Exactly.
That's kind of the things that I want. Like we're talking in English, but then there's like
You can't
Spanish
just
underlay,
say,
right?
No, it's like
It may be
the,
our 83 IQs talking whenever we say that, or it could be realistic goals. Either
you
way.
can't just say taco and then
Taco.
Spanish.
Right? So that's our hope. So it can't be just like the Bay Area show.
Yeah.
It is going to be in the afternoon, so it can't do with something like morning or something like that. So our hope is like 3 to 4. Hopefully to expand to like 3 to 10. You know, you guys don't know that yet, but that's our hope.
3 to 10.
We didn't tell you that ahead of time, but that's our hope. So we want to find something that fits the show, but also fits the vision of what we want KHEA Radio to become and what we want these shows to become.
Hey, here's a good suggestion from John the Baptized Barber. What's up, John? He said, y'all should have a spot from 4 to 7 a.m. and call it AK-47.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Good job,
It's a
John.
Christian
John,
radio
awesome.
station.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's funny.
yeah.
I
love
like
it.
that.
That's good, John. Keep
That
them
is
coming.
good, John. Yeah,
John,
keep them coming.
John should just get a gift card for that one.
Definitely.
No, and the good thing is that that's what we kind of wanted to make sure people understood, because we were getting a lot of Bay, this
Galveston
area,
County.
Galveston County stuff, and it's going to be expanded more than that. We want to make sure we're not limiting ourselves, and it is going to be an afternoon show, so it's not a morning and stuff like that, which a lot of people who listen to my show assumed it was going to be in the morning, so we had to make sure we remembered to let them know that it is an afternoon show. And so, afternoon, it's not just Bay Area. So we don't want any limits on it.
Sure.
It's kind of just have fun and throw some names out there.
I love it.
Yeah.
We did have to make another Facebook post, because I think once we got one Galveston County Bay Area thing, then it was just like
Everybody.
everything was.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we're like, let's just have a one word thing. But we were trying to be secretive before the announcement. Did y'all get that big announcement that Kelly and Angie are doing a show?
Afternoons.
So we were trying to wait for that big announcement that we just made.
I tried to get Gardy to let me post in in the description today, major announcement coming for KHEA Radio. Tune in at 10. You're not going to want to miss this. And Gardy's like, it sounds like we're making an announcement that we're not going to be doing the radio anymore. And so I was like, yeah, that gets people to tune in. But Gardy's like, no.
You're doubling your radio.
They are, yeah.
You're doubling it.
Major announcement.
Manish said, after siesta. I think siesta is a cool one. Hey, it's siesta,
But that's we're putting
The
people
siesta
to sleep.
sisters.
Well, my son came up with intermission because it's in the middle of your day.
Ooh, yeah. That's good, too. That is good, too. I like
thought,
it.
okay,
That's it.
maybe.
So it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. I guess finalizing this name. Hopefully we have another week to get something nailed out, at least tentatively, because on next Monday at 3:00 will be the launch of the Unnamed Show. Currently unnamed.
That's right. That's name
Named
that
to be
show.
announced.
Yeah, it's going to be.
That's right.
It'll be fun. So
We just call it the game show.
Yeah.
the game show works. Can y'all let people know, if they're tuning in, what can they expect? 3 to 4 o'clock. The vision of the show, connecting with who?
Yeah. Wow. Go ahead.
So I think that I hate to say that the meshing of what used to be our shows, the A-List and the Kelly Williams Show. My show was all about community service and volunteerism, spotlighting the people in the community that are doing those kinds of shows, bringing them all in, and kind of, they don't get any glory, and they don't want the glory. People don't do community service for their own glory, but it's nice to spotlight them. And so, and then Kelly's show is, beauty and health and fitness and all of that. And we want to put all that together, that we don't want to say that it's going to be a show for women, because we want everybody, but we probably will touch on, some women issues that y'all don't talk about.
Oh, we've talked about them, but it's never comfortable.
Yeah. talking about him. So, like we'll have the eyelash girl on our show.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. And the eyebrow person. No, but I mean, we're going to have musicians. We'll have authors. We'll have movie people. We'll have some politicians, not really talking politics, but talking about things happening.
They're good works.
People in the fitness industry, all kind of things. I mean, we know a lot of fun people that the show's going to be really fun. It'll be something where when you listen to the No Name Show, it's going to be
stick.
something you're going to learn something, you're going to have fun, and it's going to make the rest of your day really happy.
Yeah. And that's something I feel like everybody can use.
Yeah.
Just a little bit of joy. Just a little bit of joy.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
count it all joy. Right?
Count it all joy.
Yeah.
These are
Good
all
name.
names, potential names.
Y'all are like working real hard. A little bit of joy.
Count it all joy.
Yeah, count it all joy.
So, Angie,
Count.
I don't think you're eligible to win.
Dang.
but we will re-give them away. That's what we do if we win. Angie Butler tuning in said, "Hey, what did I miss? Good morning, Kurt. Let her know."
Do I get to say?
You get to say in your own way.
Yeah. So
Wait,
we're
where's
gonna,
the drum roll?
Exactly.
Yeah. So we're looking at starting a new show in the afternoons where it's going to start out once a week. Where we're going to be talking about all things community and positivity, but bring it to you in the afternoon. So you have an opportunity in the afternoon to be positive and find out what's going on in our community.
And people had asked us, even people who are our bosses and people who are in our facility here, like, hey, y'all can just do more. Like, do the afternoon. We're like, well, we can, but right now in the afternoon, there's other tasks that we have to do. Also, we go out and we try and connect with people at their events or whatever, right?
They were
Yes.
basically like, hey, for like 12 hours a day, can you guys be on the radio and talk? And we're like,
We can try.
we got other things we got to do, like
Exactly.
So our hope is to expand KHEA radio, expand what we're doing, expand, bringing more variety, bringing more opportunities to our listeners, and creating a product that people are excited about, that talks about community and then talks about positivity. And so why not bring in two people that we felt really embody what KHEA radio does?
And
Aww.
That's sweet.
Angie Butler said, so you do listen. I've been asking for more airtime from KHEA, as she did finally put us in her, what is it called? The presets on her car. She got a brand new car, and she posted a picture like, oh, check out my radio. And we're like, 99.5. Maybe it's on the next page swipe over. But hey, we're number 3.
Number 3
And
now.
we'll take it.
We'll take all of it.
Well,
We'll
she
take
does
it.
have a good name.
Angie, yes.
Yeah. Hey, Reboot may not be a bad name for an
Reboot.
afternoon.
I like it.
Watch Kickstart, and then you get a reboot.
You need, the reset. I still like the siesta, joy.
Yeah.
I don't know.
We, what was it last night we were saying? It's somebody I liked that they said Third Coast because, when we did the film industry, it was, the West Coast, the East Coast, and they called this the Third Coast. It was a huge movie industry going on here. That's where we started. My ex-husband is a key grip in the film industry. I'm sure everybody, grew up wanting to be a key grip. And so nobody knows what that is.
It's where
I
you
do.
hold onto the cables.
Yeah, exactly.
No.
You grip them.
Yeah,
That's
you
where
hold
that
on
comes
to the
from.
cable.
Well, a key grip is just a boss, so they're just
Okay.
a key. But the grip department, they do movement of the camera. So dollies and cranes and helicopters and stunt cars, anything that holds a camera, and they rig lights. And
I always thought it was cabling.
I did too.
You know
I
what?
honestly
Most people
did.
think it's the boom operator, that holds on to the boom. I don't know why, but a
maybe
lot of
'cause
people
he's gripping
they
it
like
really
they have that
hard.
long stick, and they go, "No,
Yeah.
that's the boom operator."
Yeah. Well,
We'll do a whole show on what those behind the scenes.
Oh, seriously.
what they are.
Hey,
You know?
look, we're gonna have some people come in from LA.
That's right.
Some actors and stuff come in and tell us behind the scenes stuff. That'll be fun. Okay, now I have a quick question because somebody posted this idea for the name of the show. It's called Coconut Mail.
Yeah,
I don't know what it means, and I'm still trying to figure out. So I
They didn't
figured
explain?
If I
No.
said it loud,
Coconut
out
mail.
loud, that y'all could all try to figure out.
Coconut
I thought
mail?
maybe the guys know what it means.
No.
Coconut mail. I just thought it was hilarious.
It's so random that it could work. All right.
I know. It's
one of those
Coconut
kinda-
mail it is.
I mean, seriously.
Google it before we start
Coconut
saying
Mail
like,
wait, with Kelly and Angie, with Angie and Kelly, with Kelly and Angie.
Coconut.
But it's hilarious. I thought, how funny
how do you
is
mail
that?
coconuts?
I don't know.
It'd be very expensive. They're so heavy.
I feel like you could just slap the postage on it. It doesn't even need to be wrapped. You know, it's pretty.
People know where it's going.
Yeah.
Or where it's coming from.
Coconut mail. So those are some of my favorite like song titles. And you're a musician.
Yes.
You're probably a musician as
Yeah.
well.
We're actually cloned. It's kind of the same.
But like song titles and albums that have nothing to do with the songs, like where does that come in? It's
Yes.
like it's called Coconut Mail, but like where does it? Yeah, you don't get it then.
You
know,
can
and
actually-
then people will be like, oh, I get it now. Oh, Coconut Mail. Yeah.
Hawaii
I know.
Mail says how to mail a coconut from Hawaii in 4 easy steps. Step 1, find your coconut. Step 2, inspect your coconut. Step 3, glam up your coconut. And step 4, ship your coconut. That is the most informative thing. Thanks, Kevin from Hawaii Magazine.
I'm
That
so
is
glad that they
hysterical.
glammed up the coconut.
That's
you
what
know.
I'm thinking.
We have a
They claim it.
suggestion. Gateway.
Isn't that a church up the
Gateway.
street?
Yeah.
Gateway is a church.
Up on Clear Lake City Boulevard?
Yeah, maybe
Yeah.
they'll sponsor. I don't know.
Yeah.
Gateway. But I like that because when you think of like the gateway, Lamarck in the video that we did, they said it's the gateway to the Gulf.
Oh,
That's
that's
one of
right.
the slogans.
He
they
was the
do.
gateway
That was
to
a
the bay.
fabulous video, by the way. I was
Amazing.
really impressed with that.
Thanks.
Thank
you.
It was fun.
Yeah,
It was-
y'all are incredibly talented.
I want to go to Lamarck now.
You are in
I
Lamar.
know.
It's a lucky day.
I watched that video and I was like,
We got a free trip here.
that's right.
You got a free trip
We want a
to
trip to
Lamarck.
Lamarck.
So going back to the coconut mail thing, there's this BuzzFeed article here that says 21 things you'd be surprised you can actually mail, and number 1 on the list is a coconut.
What? Who would have thought that?
Number 2 is a potato. So
Oh, yeah. Well, they have those potato things.
But potato mail doesn't sound quite as
yeah.
cool.
No. I think
the
coconut milk's kind of
UPS
funny.
allows a coconut as a self-contained unit, allowing it to be mailed without any additional package required.
Ah,
What?
so it is. You just
You-
slap the postage on it, I guess.
You
Yeah,
were
you can
Wow.
slap
You
the
were right,
postage
Gardy.
on a coconut.
And a potato, I'm guessing, is the same way.
No, potatoes have to be put in a box, I think.
Wrapped.
No, it's the same thing.
It is? You can put a stamp on a potato?
I guess
so.
There you go.
I
Okay, well, I'm
guess
trying
so.
it.
I'm meant to
sending
mail you a
one to
potato,
somebody.
Kelly.
I'm sending you a potato. Yeah. I'm sending you a coconut.
These are
That's how
all
we-
items
that's how we
that you
share
can
love.
send without packaging.
Kurt got distracted. He's gonna start
That's
being
what
like
that 83.
potato mail. He's like, what about the show called Potato Mail?
He's down the wormhole.
I don't know what coconut mail meant, but
Save
it's
that.
hilarious.
We'll talk about it tomorrow.
But it's those kinds of names that
I know, the people
like, what was
remember.
it? We had the League City Music Festival last month, and I was my favorite cover band, the Bag of Donuts. And I'm like,
Yeah.
how do you get that
Bag
name?
of Donuts.
I
Like-
know.
and
People
I think it's
remember it, though,
funny?
because that's nothing to do.
The Bag of Donuts
except-
always play on police night.
Yeah.
Hey,
Wow.
we have some breaking
It's
news.
perfect.
What?
We have some breaking news. This is from Pierre Castillo, who is
Hey, Pierre.
shout out to Pierre. But this is actually very
missed-
important.
what
Pierre
happened?
said now that Kelly and Angie are with KHEA, I can consider returning the official taco back to its home.
What?
As we have been missing, and this keychain taco has been. We had a taco piñata that Pierre has been taking care and babysitting for us.
Stole.
So
But
he
shout out
knows
to
that
Pierre.
if Kelly and Angie
Hey,
are here,
Pierre.
that your taco will be taken care of. Is that?
I think so.
Wow.
He was worried that you weren't taking care of it.
Oh, that's so sweet.
No, baby,
Thank you,
Pierre
Pierre.
stole
Hey, we love Pierre.
the taco. Let's not paint this to be any different
He
than
just
what it
stole it.
actually is.
Yeah.
We showed up with the taco to talk about taco in our taco cook-off.
on his show.
On
You-
his
you
show.
were on his
And he's
I was
like,
on his show
he was
last
like,
week, too.
here, you want to hand it to me? And I was like, oh, yeah, sure, here. Like, hold the taco. And he's like, mine. And he's like, I'm not ever going to give it back to you. And I was like, bro, there's footage of this. We can go back and look
I
at the
know.
film.
That's hilarious.
It was edited.
It was edited.
Y'all just had a fake taco at his show. But
Yeah.
when I was on his show, I had real
We
barbecue.
saw that.
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness. it was
3BQ.
So good.
Perry was just on our show like the week before, and I was a little, Perry, where you at?
I was so upset about this
I
because
was like,
Pierre,
Kurt, look, Pierre's on. We're so excited. It's our favorite time of day.
and he's
then,
like, I got barbecue from 3BQ. And I'm like,
It was.
Perry. What?
yeah.
You bring barbecue to Pierre's show, but you never have brought us barbecue?
He did the first time, and then after that, he's the second and third time we're just like looking like I don't smell anything.
I don't eat. When I have food guests on our show, I don't eat breakfast. Because
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm going to be
Exactly.
eating when
Food,
they
right.
come in.
That's right.
And then when they don't bring food, I'm kind of like,
That's right.
I get hangry.
Well, you
really
know,
fast.
I was sitting in Pierre's green room,
Yeah.
you know, and they were doing the show, and there was this whole rack of ribs and
Spread.
all this stuff, and I'm just like eating it in the.
Oh, man.
So they're gonna bring it out, and they're like, "Hey, let's bring it out," and I'm like, "Sorry, I ate it all."
Yeah.
Yeah,
One time we
exactly.
went on, they had Mamacitas. I believe it was Mamacitas in studio, which was a good day.
Yeah.
It was like, yeah.
But they knew with us, they were like, literally, don't eat all the food. But there was a ton of food. We're like, how much do you think
I
we
was
can eat?
I was chugging the queso.
And we made a vlog on that day as well. So if
And
you
that's
want to go back and
accepted.
watch that.
That's acceptable behavior to chug queso. It just is. It is.
It's Texas.
That's right. And speaking of Texas, you know, I literally was trying to leave early enough to stop by Whataburger and get us all breakfast tacos because Whataburger's been bought.
Yeah, so they probably have the taquitos off the menu now.
Yeah, I mean, who knows what's going to change?
Wait, but-
it's awful. It's
Yeah,
awful.
but JJ Watt's
flip
trying to
that
get the
table.
Houston
I
Texans to buy it
know.
back.
Yeah,
Try
I
to
saw-
pool the Texans. We could pool. I
They
can
need
send. I'm
to.
gonna send my $5 to
Yeah,
JJ.
exactly.
Oh, you're gonna do 5. Gardy was gracious enough to do 3.
Nice.
Cash.
Cash.
Well, you know, I'm older than Gardy, so I have more money.
It's true.
I can afford
they
5.
closed down his bank accounts.
Because there's not enough money in it, I guess. They okay, I had a bank, and the banker that I've used, he's awesome, you know, and I'm not going to say the name of the bank, but they've done this before, like in the past, where they just shut down my bank account and they take the money, they put it in like limbo, and if you don't claim it, they're just like, it goes to the government or something.
Oh my gosh.
You're like,
They mailed me a check this time at least, and it was a business account. But yeah, they decided to shut it down
was
and mail me
the
my money.
check the $3 you were gonna give to JJ? or-
No, yes.
Gardy almost was like,
The
it was like
I have
$3
$3.
check. I need to
Kurt's
cash
over
it.
here asking for a raise in air conditioning in his
I'll give
vehicle.
you the $3 check, okay? Cash that thing.
Hey, Kurt and I are in the same boat. We've discussed that my AC went out on my car too.
Man, but
This
at
is
least
like-
at
the
least you're
part
not
is-
complaining about it
The
all the
part
time.
is $930.
Oh, it's horrible.
I'm like, okay,
Yeah.
$930. I'll roll the windows down.
Exactly. That's look. We used to all crank. You people have no clue what cranking windows. Maisie does?
Kurt's car has.
My Jeep, my 2010 Jeep Compass has rolled down windows.
What?
Like it's 2010. Apparently, it wasn't a thing to have automatic windows in 2010.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
So-
No automatic locks either. I had to push
What?
it. It's the most
Are you
ridiculous
sure
thing.
I think they just
2010?
renamed it
I think you read
2010.
those numbers wrong.
No,
Yeah.
it's a 2010.
1981.
Yeah. That is
I don't
crazy.
Craziest
the new
story
2010.
is when I had to literally roll down the windows when Gardy pulls up beside me and he's like, "Zzzz," and I'm like, Gardy, I'm in the driver's side. I have to reach across and I go like this and I'm rolling down the passenger side window and he goes, oh, never mind. And I'm like, really?
Oh,
Come
that is
on.
And it was pouring
hilarious.
down raining, right?
There's something disturbing about that. That it's a 2010 and you're doing the crank window.
With no
from the-
AC now.
From the
Wait,
80s.
I have a question.
Yes.
So, do you have 2 keys? You know, like one to open the door and one to start the thing?
Unfortunately not. But here's the best part. Is I lost the key one time. It was $300 to replace it. And it's not
what?
even like an automatic one. Because that's what they said. They're like, it's $300. And I was like,
Hey, my
what
first
is
car-
wrong
I think
with
that
this?
85 IQ is
That they're seeing
problem.
They're seeing
Oh,
83 number coming down the hall and they go charge him more.
Yeah.
He doesn't know.
He's in know the difference.
Yeah.
My first car was an 84 Jeep Cherokee, and it had 2 keys, one for the door and then one for the ignition.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It had manual, but it was an 84 Jeep Cherokee, which I love.
But we figured that y'all wouldn't know that, you know.
We did. We really thought y'all
wouldn't know
wouldn't
the
know.
2 key thing, and you wouldn't
Or
know
the-
the roll down
the
the window.
crank.
Yeah, it was a little square key. It was awesome. But yeah. Back then,
although
I didn't care. I didn't have AC either, but I was, like 16 years old, and I'm like, I was a standard 84
Oh
Jeep
my
Cherokee.
gosh, you had to
I got to get
focus.
to where I
That's
yeah.
Hey,
right.
that's better. I had a 72 Ford Maverick.
That's cool.
They didn't even make them for like 3 years.
Nice. Did anybody have the triangle window that you had to push open so that the wind would really come through?
Oh, are you talking about the rolling it down and then
the
the
roll
other
down
one?
and then
Yeah.
you had the
Mine
I
didn't have
remember
that.
those.
kind of like a fin
But
on
I've
a
seen
plane.
it. Yeah.
I hate it in the back. You remember back in the day when the back windows would only go halfway down?
Yes, I do.
That was ridiculous. As a kid, I'm like, I need more air. Like, why is this only going down halfway? It makes
Then it
no
would-
sense.
They were
No, that
afraid
was-
that you would jump out, Mr. 83 IQ.
I'm gonna have to. You know how they have like Mr. 409? I'm going to be Mr. 83 IQ.
Get the necklace.
Get the necklace.
We're making
Hey,
you a
I graduated from high
T-shirt.
school in
That's right, dude.
1983.
Hats, you can sell them.
Dang.
I like the
83.
number 83. That's when I graduated from high school.
Oh, me too. Yay!
Class of 83.
We
Yeah,
are the same
83.
person.
Maybe that's the name of our show, 83.
It could be. So it's 10:47. We have about 10 minutes left. Right now we're talking to Angie, we're talking to Kelly, we're talking to Kelly, and we're talking to Angie about a show that's going to be launching next Monday on KHEA Radio in the afternoons. 3 to 4 o'clock is going to be the official start. So if you want to tune in, make sure you download the KHEA Radio app. Make sure that you listen on 99.5 FM if you're within our range. If you're not, we have a ton of ways that you can find us, get a hold of us.
Yeah, you can also download our KHEA Radio app. We just finally finished everything inside of it, so it's actually up and running. There's no like coming soon stuff. So the calendar's there. You can actually see what's in the community as well. There's some what we call member benefits where you can actually like show up. There's one in here that every time you go into Texas Pit Stop Barbecue, all you have to do is show the app and you get 20% off. So that's pretty awesome right there. That's like worth having a free app.
Oh, it's
20%.
awesome. It's
So go
awesome.
and download it, search for it, KHEA Radio on the App Store. Go and search for it on the Google Play Store. And you can actually listen to KHEA Radio 24 hours, 7 days a week right there.
It's a good
That's
time.
right.
It's going to be fun.
The app, I already downloaded the app. It is awesome. All kind of coupons.
Yeah.
It was great.
And more soon. And we're going to be changing those out as new specials roll out. So it'll be fun. It'll be a great time.
So if you want to partner with KHEA Radio to be featured inside of the app, all you have to do is give us a call, 346-704-1806. That number is 346-704-1806.
You can also text that or send us an email, KHEA@KHEAradio.com. So Kickstart's going to be on till 11. We're coming up and running out of time. So there's a lot more that we still need to decide before we end this show today.
Besides the name.
Well, the name is the main thing.
yeah. So come on, people.
Whose name is going first in the title, if the names go in the title at all.
Oh, yeah, the names are going in the title.
You also have to decide who's going to run the board, because I will tell you,
We're both
We're
learning.
gonna learn.
the person who runs the board is probably has the most power because they can mute the mic.
Well, we
All right,
we are
Kelly
both
is
learning.
off. Turn it off.
We're burning. We're both going to
burning.
burn the board. We're both learning the board and the cameras.
Did you mute my mic again? This is the worst.
I'm just showing off.
You have the power.
He's showing who has the power. Well, we want to remind everybody to write in about the name, and there's those cool prizes,
Yeah,
You
very
get-
cool.
What are the
25
prizes again? Yeah.
$25 gift certificate from Franca's Real Italian and Franca herself. Awesome. And
$50 to Coco's in League City.
yeah, delicious.
I know. I just had
Thank
that.
you,
I had a
Manish.
banana and strawberry crepe last night.
Oh yeah, so good. And then
it took me about 3 seconds.
yeah, exactly. Then we have two $25 gift certificates from Art of Coffee and Kima. Thank you, Bill and Jimmy. We're very excited. So that's pretty awesome just to
Can we win?
win the name. That's what I want to do.
Because I
We're
really
winning.
like Coco's.
Here's
and
the one
Art
thing
of
that
Coffee
we
and
So
we
good.
have to say that we haven't said as a. I would say like it's kind of like a staff member of KHEA Radio. In the future, you're no longer eligible to win any of our prizes.
Yeah, no, that's a bummer.
Yeah, so you kind of join that rank now, like our interns.
Kurt was trying to quit whenever we were giving away the cruise.
My girlfriend Naola actually straight up said, if I break up with you, am I eligible to win the cruise? And I said, what? And then she's like, yeah.
I think I was like, if she. Anyways,
And
yeah.
I was like, even if you win, we're not gonna pick you because you break up with me. I'm like, she's like, you're that salty, and I was like,
Yeah.
yes, I
That's
am.
hilarious. Yeah, it does get a
Could
little
that be the
questionable
name?
there with some
a
good
little
prizes.
bit salty.
Huh?
It could be the name.
What
a
does
little
salty
bit
mean?
It means you're like a little offended.
Oh no, then we're not salty at all. We're like,
But
we don't care who we offend.
But it could be salt in the hair.
I still feel like
wind.
the
we don't
best.
get offended.
I think the best is still coconut mail,
I
and then you
think
can
it's
talk about
hysterical.
because then you start getting coconuts here instead
Yeah.
of
Right,
tacos.
we could have an.
Oh yeah,
You could be like,
Yeah.
hey, mail us a coconut, 601 Delaney Road.
that is kind of fun.
Somebody was like,
We got to find out, though, if there's like any other meaning behind this, but from what I can see, I don't know.
Yeah,
It's
but- yeah, we don't want to be saying something bad on.
You're like a use, like
Like
a use for the
pineapples.
coconut. What are you gonna do with them?
mail them to KHEA Radio.
Drink
They
them.
would just have like line
Drink
up
them.
coconuts.
You don't like coconut, like candy. like Almond Joy.
Ooh,
one of the
yummy.
I like
coconut.
coconut.
Yum.
The taste of coconut, as long as they don't have the little like
Flakes.
flakes in it.
yeah.
I hate flakes of coconut.
I don't like
Actual
coconut
coconut.
cake.
But that's kind of what coconut
Pina
is.
colada has coconut
Yeah.
flavor in it. I didn't notice that until the other day. Like it's coconut
Really?
flavoring.
Yeah, it's pineapple
like
coconut.
The pina colada bangs that we drink has the coconut flavoring in it.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, it's
Bang
good.
is the best. Like we love it, but they have like a ton of
Yummy.
different flavors. Like this one's cotton candy. It tastes all of their
That sounds super
Bang.
all
sweet.
of their
Gangster
flavors
berries.
are just pretty much like candy in a can.
Candy
They're
in
really
a pan. That's
sugary.
right.
Candy.
I don't think I can drink that.
I absolutely cannot.
I'm a type 1 diabetic. Let's just kill Angie.
Maybe that's the show.
So the show is
The Kill
sponsored by
Angie
Bang.
Is it a sugar-free bang?
All the Bang has 0 sugar calories. It has all.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, so all of them are.
But they have a lot of caffeine.
They do.
Oh,
That's how
yeah,
we
I
get
can't
through
do
the
that.
show. That's how we need to get through the show. Like if I don't have a Bang energy drink,
Yeah.
the
cranky.
show can be.
Yeah. I can't have too much caffeine. It makes me not feel good.
Oh.
Yeah.
I-
I'm sorry about
yeah,
that.
I really feel for you on that one.
It is a bummer.
I live on Diet Dr. Pepper, so
Yeah.
I don't know that caffeine even affects me anymore. I mean, I don't know. I don't think it does anything. No.
Do you
Yeah.
know? Do you know?
Doesn't do anything at all.
Exactly.
So we have a ton of giveaways going on right now. I think we have 3 going on through KHEA. Then there's this other, KHEA with Angie and Kelly and Angie that they're doing for the name of
Did you
the show.
just say that their name is KHEA? Like their show name is KHEA?
No, I said
with
we have
Angie
3.
and Kelly.
I said we have 3 going on with KHEA, and then we have KHEA with Angie and Kelly.
We're kind of taking. He's just playing the names back and forth. He doesn't want to offend
trying.
either of us.
Kelly and Angie.
I don't want to be an influence in,
But
in
you
whatever
noticed he
happens.
said Angie and Kelly first.
Kelly
so
and Angie. I said KHEA.
Angie. KHEA Angie sounds weird.
KHEA.
KHE Angie. Well, there you go.
That's
Well,
hilarious.
I think I like the A-list. Just call it the A-list.
Yeah.
Uh-oh.
I'm just starting to, dig underneath there.
Really?
With Kelly Williams. Hey, Kelly Williams has been on the A-list, so
That's
Has
right.
Angie been, has the A-list been on the Kelly Williams?
absolutely,
Yes.
we have.
It's a lot to think about. I'm playing around. So we're going to be doing some more brainstorming. We're going to probably sew up the show here and just get into it because we're going to have to do a lot of fun stuff right here in-house and get ready for the launch next week, 3 o'clock, Monday morning. Next week, we're going
Not
to be
morning.
launching this show.
Monday
I'm
afternoon.
sorry. I'm used to saying morning.
I'm not
Dang.
coming at 3 o'clock in the morning.
p.m. from 3 to 4 a.m. and p.m.
I thought it was 4 to
We're
7
excited.
a.m.
That's right.
Yeah.
4 to 7 a.m. for the
That's right.
AK-47 show.
That's right. That is funny.
I like it.
Yeah.
AK-47 in the afternoon.
I wish there was something AK-34. That would
just
work, but
use
that
it.
just doesn't.
It doesn't flow as
Doesn't
well.
sound
Yeah,
good.
it doesn't.
Yeah. So, hey, y'all have a blessed day. Be good. This has been Kickstart. We're going to sew it up, and we're excited. We're going to be getting into a lot of stuff today as well.
Yeah, coming up tomorrow, we're going to be talking to Dr. Aaron Chapa at 8:30. If you have your health questions, make sure that you tune in. And then we're going to be talking about some rodeo stuff, some Houston Livestock Show and rodeo stuff with Sandra and her team over there at 10 o'clock. And then at noon, we're actually going to be at Legacy Collision repairing the bumper of KHEA Radio's Jeep Compass. And then we're going to be at Bay Area Raceway tomorrow afternoon planning a fun event with Bay Area Raceway. So
All right.
lots to do.
Hey, thank you for joining us today. Y'all are awesome.
Thank y'all
Thanks
for having us. We're excited. And remember,
Name that show.
You're good at that.
Coming up next is Bethel.
All right, bye, guys. Have a good one. We love you.